And 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to the Yugioh Card Game Podcast. I'm Kyle Oliver.
And I'm Matt Carter.
And we're back for part 2 of Secretos of Eternity.
Oh my gosh, part 2 is like the best part. It's like the most awesome part. No,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, the sequel is usually worse, but if it's a trilogy, the third one is always the best.
I don't know if that's true either. There was The Matrix.
I know. Like, I mean, usually the second one, well, the Matrix, like, breaks it all. It doesn't
no.
Usually the thing is, the first one's, like, really good, the second one messes it up, and then the third one brings it back.
I don't know if that's true anymore, because The Dark Knight didn't follow that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That happens a lot now. It's like the first one sets the groundwork, the second one shows you how it's done, and the third one should never have been made.
Yeah, that's very, very true. There was no
that
reason.
happens.
Yeah.
So that's like the Matrix, too. I mean, I like the first one more because it's more conceptually interesting.
Agreed.
But the action, like, steps it up in the second one, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
It steps up what people liked about the first one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The majority liked. And then the third one, I don't even... It didn't need to exist.
True that.
But, I mean, I don't know. I always think of... The second movie in a trilogy always seems to be the worst in general. Because it's just in the middle sitting there going like, well, there's a third one.
I definitely think back in the old days that's how it was done.
Yeah, but now they're weird.
Yeah, well, we'll see with these like Marvel movies. They're doing trilogies and everything. Like, I really liked the third Iron Man movie. That was good.
Oh, I don't know. Those aren't like trilogies, I guess, because their stories are pretty much not connected at all. Other than that, the characters are in all of them.
I guess, I mean,
it's not Lord of the Rings, right?
That's
where
true.
It's a continuous story.
Mm-hmm.
Or The Matrix, or other movie. But then again, I suppose the sequel deal applies to everything.
We shall see.
Maybe we shall. Well, I mean, I don't. It's totally didn't apply to the Marvel movies because I didn't like the first one of just about any of them.
I know.
So then, the second one has a good chance of being better.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the second one could be worse, and the third one could bring it back to as good as the first one, which is not good.
That's so bad and true.
But we're here for Secrets of Eternity again.
Yes. No more need for Marvel discussions.
Yeah. Didn't we start off with that last time?
A Marvel discussion? We started off with like
Guardians of the Galaxy discussion.
Did we? We might have. Because you watched it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of things I watched, I mean, I'm going to move into another random discussion.
Go ahead.
Things that were not worth watching. Me and Keegan sat down and watched season 2 through 4 of Legend of Korra. That was literally the worst television I've ever seen.
Oof.
Like, it's comparable to Mission Impossible 2. Like, that's how bad it is. I mean, and if you like Mission Impossible 2, I would, like, say I'm sorry. And I will. Because it's terrible. But, gosh, I don't understand that hype. The hype there is... Oh my gosh!
I didn't watch any of the Legend of Korra, so I would know nothing about it.
It's like just like Mission Impossible 2. Season 1 was really good, like really good. Then the end, you can tell at the end of season 1 that they were like, "Hey, you've been renewed for another season," and they're like, "Oh wow, we meant this to be one season," and they like changed the last 3 episodes. You can tell they just like changed them. It doesn't make sense because the ending just like goes like whoop, and takes a turn randomly, and then the end was bad, which is annoying. But then you're like, I remember thinking at that time, it's fair, they can do that. I know that they didn't expect to have to do another season, so they only probably had a couple weeks or whatever to change the whole entire ending to facilitate more show. But then season 2 was an abomination. Season 3 was like, okay, yeah.
Season 3 was like passable.
If they had gone from season 1 to season 3, I would have been like, okay, I guess. I mean, it wasn't very good, and I guess you made it quick, so I'll forgive you. and then if season 2 was season 3, I would have been like, screw this garbage. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And then, I don't even know, season 4, giant robots? What?
Ooh, giant robots.
It's so stupid. It was just all incoherent nonsense babble.
Were people bending the giant robots to move them, or were they legitimate?
No, there was one giant robot someone was bending.
Oh.
It was So much predictableness, so much stupidness, and it was not that this is necessarily bad, but it was extremely feminist.
Interesting.
Extreme. Like every character that was at all important became female.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course the surprise ending that I don't want to spoil for anybody.
Oh yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's like I don't know. Joe asked me, not Meacham, Homo Van. Yeah. He's like, was there anything leading up to that made it seem like it could be like that? And if you go on the internet, everybody's like, well, you should have, if you had watched it closely, you would have seen. There's nothing there.
No.
There's nothing there. And then all of a sudden, in the last episode, it like happens. And you're like, okay, that's retarded. Excuse that. And then now I've seen it, and I can justify my hate.
Fair enough. Now you've watched all of it.
Yeah, now I've seen it, and there's like no, like, the worst part is you can't do Avatar ever again.
That's sad.
It's one of those endings where it's like,
oh wow.
Huh? Really? Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, like, there's no way to like pick up. It's like, I don't know, it'd be like them picking up Heroes again, which they did. It's just like, why would I watch that?
That makes
kind
sense.
of thing. It's like they've ruined the universe with their lore now. But back on track. I'll start off with some. What have I been doing? I guess as Matt is doing some tallies. Or there on the side. Something interesting, I guess, was that. Wow, David, older David. He's like setting up a tournament that they're gonna do on, I believe it's like the 21st at our locals. He's calling it the Highlander tournament because you can only run one of every card in your deck.
Okay.
And then the player who gets first gets a pack for every person at the tournament, and then everybody gets two for just entering. But the winner gets one for every pack. One pack for every person entered. So
that's pretty awesome.
I've been trying to make like a Highlander deck. There's so many different Highlander decks. It's annoying. But I was beating people with Highlander decks, which is funny. And I would like type in Highlander with an exclamation point and then attack for game.
Nice.
But like I was running a Shadol Highlander deck. It's weird. I also thought up you can do Noble Knight Highlanders because there's a lot of Noble Knight cards.
True. And I mean, that's kind of like, they probably would like Highlander themes.
Yeah. And then was the Dragon Rulers, the obvious Highlander deck that I think everybody thinks of immediately. Because they're all limited to one. Anyway, and just about every card in that deck is limited to one. So, I mean, like all the Dragon Rulers, one of the Mythics, then the one Debris Dragon, and then, what is it? Gold Sark, Burial. I mean, and then there's just like the staple Highlander cards, like you're gonna run Rogeki, you're gonna run Soul Charge, you're gonna run Snatch Steal.
Yep.
And then I think they're probably gonna be staple. All the limited to one traps.
Oh yeah.
And like I have like Mirror Force and Deep Prison in every deck. Call the Haunted and Oasis of Dragon Souls. You gotta run those. Like when you're playing with these decks, it just reminds me of Go Control because it's like Call the Haunted. And you're like, it's so good. Like, there's only one. It's like And then every time I have like MST in my head, I'm like, they're like Phoenix Chain. I'm like, dang it! Like, this is my only MST.
Yep.
And I just feel like,
what is worth it?
I know. It's like, is it worth using my MST? Should I just let it go?
Hey, there's Twister Man.
I am. And then I have. This was the side that I just started with in every deck. I have like a Dust Tornado. No Mana Crossout, because everybody's going to set monsters. I know they will.
Yeah, they will.
And I put Magician of Faith in every deck.
Which is surprised. I got Nobleman of Crossout because I was playing I think I was playing the deck that I'm currently playing, which is a Destiny Hero Plasma thing. And I got Nobleman of Crossout, and I was just like, oh, that card exists still.
It's a really good card. I mean, resolve it, you're good. But no, the one I've had the most fun with was Shadol's. Like, Falco is a monster. Like, it's so hilarious. You only have, like, 6 Shadol monsters. And you're like... I feel like the people I'm playing don't know that I have one of every card. But it's, like, it's really awkward because it's, like, why would he do that? And I, like, work the Falco. I have a Tsukiyomi in here.
Nice.
And stuff, so I, like, work the flips.
That's good.
I run the Shadol Hound because you have no choice. Like, I did this amazing play. It was hilarious. I was like... And then I can only fusion for, like, I only have one of each fusion and one of each fusion monster. So I like fusioned, which is, like, it doesn't happen that much. And then I used the fusion, so I set, like, a Falco the turn before, and then I flipped it, and I set a something. So I had a dragon with it. And then I fusion for a construct, and then I send the hound to flip the dragon to bounce their extra deck monster. And then I have a Castel also with the dragon, and I was like, oh, it's kind of funny. And I'm pretty sure Gores is going to be like a monster in this format. Like, they Gores you, and you're like, no! It's Gores! I also have Magician of Faith in this deck. And I have one Sanctum, one Moral Attack. I think that's kind of funny.
Just one Sanctum, one Moral Attack?
Well, I mean, I can't run two.
I know other level 5 light monsters. Nothing else.
More artifacts?
Just the one.
But I was going to run 3 artifacts. And then I was like, but then I had to run double Cyclone. Because I'll only have one Ignition and one Sanctum. And then one Call, one Oasis. And that'd be 5 cards to move the artifacts. That's nothing.
And what does Oasis do?
We call it Haunted in defense mode.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah. But I win. I don't have a Glow Bulb, I figured Spirit Reaper will probably be a staple because it's really hard to kill when you only have one of everything. Go Control Man. There's a lot of that. I think it's funny doing these you have the card you actually run in the deck, and then there's the subpar card and the the versions. So it's I've got Mathematician, okay, and I have Armageddon Knight, and I have Raiden, one of each.
Yep.
And moves down the totem pole of ones you want to run. And a Lila, a Thunder King. Well, I mean, not that you could run more. One Mirror Force. Mirror Force is still beastly when you can only run one.
It was funny. I was listening to our second podcast ever because I'm going through the remastering editing process, and so I have that set up, and that'll be out when we have a no podcast week. And we were talking about good cards to run this format, traps and different monsters and stuff, and we were talking about how to use good cards with feeling. Cards you have to know how to play correctly, and Mirror Force was one of them. There was also Trap Stun, and there was also Royal Decree and 7 Tools of the Bandit being good back then, and frickin' 3 Solemn Warnings. It was intense.
Speaking of which, the 7 Tools, I don't know why they were mad. Another Highlander deck that I was maybe I'll run Gladiator Beasts.
Ooh,
that's a fun one.
That would be interesting.
Because you only need one of each, and then you run a 10 key. Ace and one of the Proving Ground, and then one of everything that negates something, right? 1 7 Tools, 1 Wiretap, 1 Forbidden Lands, right?
Oh yeah, Wiretap. I forgot about that card.
1 Trapstun, 1 Dust Tornado, and you just kind of you slog with and then you probably run every Forbidden Quick Play spell in that deck, and then every attack manipulating card, 1 Shrink. You might even run Rush Recklessly. I don't even know.
Shrink, that's good.
And then there's that Half Shut, which is Gladiator Beast Shrink. Half Shut. Quick Play spell. Target a face-up monster to feel it cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, but its attack is halved until the end phase.
Oh, that's just a wiki search. Oh, hey, there it is.
And I know there's there's that defense card that came out in the last set, where it's target a monster with really low defense, draw a card, and you can't be destroyed by battle this turn. I'll look it up in the last pack. I don't remember what it was. It's something muscle. Draw muscle? Draw muscle. Draw muscle. Quick play spell. Target a face-up defense monster you control with 1,000 or less defense. Draw a card, and the target cannot be destroyed by battle this turn.
Oh yeah, this
is just a Glad Beast card.
Yeah, this card is good.
Literally a Glad Beast card. Every Glad Beast except for Ekast and the obvious Hapamas has less than 1,000 defense. Even Augustus, level 8, and then there's bad ones. I could run Tigerius, but Mr. Kirk. Laquari has 400, Darius has 300. Vestari has 800. Executor has 300. I can run Torax. Rediari has 800. Mermilla has 400. They're all weenies in defense mode. Oh, and then you run every possible Gladiator Beast spell in one ofs. You can run Gladiator, Return. Oh, you gotta run Indomitable. I love Indomitable. Maybe I'll run Trojan Gladiator Beast. That's so random.
What?
A Gladiator Lash. I know there's like a bunch of them that I'm just like, cards, you know, they're bad. Activate when you special summon a Gladiator Beast monster. Your opponent discards a card of their choice. So random. Okay. But, I think that's like really all I've been doing. It hasn't been that long since the last.
That's true, it hasn't. Miraculously, it has not.
It has been a miracle.
Let's see, what have I been doing? Like one thing. Oh, well, not that. So, I was doing vampires, I think, the last time we talked, and I just threw together a vampire deck because I wanted to see roughly what it would do again, and I guess I just wanted to use Karma Cut. I mean, I was just like, I just want to put things in the graveyard and have it be okay. That was the game that I wanted to play. It's all the random other... Oh, that's what it was. Oh, I threw together all of the Saphira cards.
And?
They don't do anything together at all. They don't talk to each other.
No,
really.
That's what I remember thinking when I read them.
So now I know. They don't talk to each other.
They don't do.
Is there anything that's cool? Well, the fact that this is a Shadow card is cool, because you can use Shadow Fusion.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
And they do, is it conspicuously? Yes, they do conspicuously have one of every element except for water, so they can summon one of
I'm
every
sure they'll
element.
get a water one.
Exactly.
The water one will be a Nekros.
Exactly. Well, which is because this is already the Nekros one.
Oh, what, it's fire?
Yeah, but it's fire.
Why is it fire?
I don't know, which I thought was strange. I figured, like, oh yeah, exactly, they'll get a Nekros.
Maybe there'll be
one.
an Infernoid one that's water?
Maybe they'll invert it, yeah. But I don't know. Was there anything that I liked out of this? Not particularly. I mean, this card, which is Sephirim Pelika, the Bold Ritual Beast Tamer, she's kind of cool. Whenever she's normal summoned or pendulum summoned, you can target one Ritual Beast or Saphira monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but destroy it during the end phase.
Well, that one's actually good.
Yeah, there's no restriction on what you summon.
That does something for the deck.
Yeah.
The Yangzing...
The Yangzing one becomes a tuner, essentially, when he's special summoned from the deck or pendulum summoned, which it's not going to be special summoned from the deck unless you're using other Yangzing monsters.
Well, I mean, I assume
that's
so.
what it's for.
If you activate it...
So yeah, I'll read it. If this card is special summoned from the deck or is pendulum summoned, you can target one Yangzing or Saphira monster you control. Oh, that's right, it's other ones, except for itself.
Well, that's all Yangzing.
This turn, it is treated as a tuner monster, and if you activate this effect, place this card on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field, and you can only use the effect of this monster once per turn. So it turns other things into tuners.
That's not very good, because it doesn't have a destroy by battle effect either.
No, it does not. So it just leaves.
And the Shadow one does nothing.
The Shadow one, if this card is pendulum summoned, or if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target as a Saphira card in your pendulum zones and special summon it, which is not very good because it's not worth it. You kind of want them in your pendulum zones because there's not enough of them that are good to want on the field. And then you can't Xyz with them, and then the only one that you can synchro with is this, so you have to be running other random tuners. This one just seems complicated right now to me.
The Stellar Knight one's like not terrible.
It's not. It has 1900 attack. It's their highest attacker.
Yeah.
And if it's normal, flip, or pendulum summon, you can target another Stellar Knight or Saphira card in your monster card zone or pendulum zone and target one set card your opponent controls and destroy them. So it's good if you're targeting the rest of these to put them in your extra deck so you don't lose cards.
Or like roots.
Or can you? I don't think you can target roots.
No, the Shadow or Shadow Saphira roots.
Oh.
Because like when it's sent to the graveyard, it's never sent to the graveyard. How is this card sent to the graveyard? So that means it has to not be on the field.
Essentially,
That's
can't
dumb.
be on the field.
So you fuse with it from the deck or hand, and you special summon a pen. That's so bad.
You have to fuse with it, or you have to mill it. And that's not even that good. The problem, like, you can target one Saphira card and there's no reason to do that, though.
Like what? Yeah.
Because this can only be normal or pendulum summon, so if it gets special summoned from the pendulum zone, it's bad. This one can't be special summoned to get its effect, so that's bad.
Oh, it can't be special summon? That's so dumb.
It can't be special summoned.
Nekros.
This has to be special summoned from the deck or pendulum summoned. And then this one, the Nekros one, if it's if a Nekros or Saphira monster card is in your monster zone, or if Saphira or Nekros cards in your monster card zone or your pendulum zone is destroyed by battle or by card effect, while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card. And you can only use this effect once per turn. So that gains nothing.
All right, but then again, never in the graveyard. What's up with these never in the graveyard effects?
I don't know.
They shouldn't.
Shadow fusion them into the graveyard, right? Yeah.
I mean, you can't have any in your scales when you're Shadow fusioning because you can't special summon monsters other than Saphira and whatever name. So
you cannot pendulum summon monsters. You can still special summon.
Oh, nice.
Stuff.
Okay, so they're not terrible.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Don't like that.
And then I tried using Rescue Hamster to see if that was good, but this card is just really difficult.
Doesn't do much.
Yeah, which is good. I'm happy that it doesn't do much.
It's a lot of work for not much. So you did that.
That, and then I wanted plasma. I wanted to feel in power.
Why do you have Quick Booster?
For people destroying it so I can search Scapegoat faster.
Gross.
I reorganized this deck. Now it's not as good as it was. I took out Upstart Goblin and extra pots of Duality and put in Destiny Draw and Malicious for extra tribute fodder for Plasma, but I don't think I like this as much as the Upstart Goblins and the Dualities. So I'll probably put those back.
What do you tribute for Plasma? Oh, the goats. That's like it.
Scapegoats. And Shadow Roots and like Falco special summoning other monster plays, random things like that.
Weird.
And Future Soul Charge. Snatch Deal is nice, just like whoop, whoop.
Double Scoop. Weird.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah. Oh, I also got to a point where I had 2 of these on the field. I might have been running 3 at the time. So I was like, I guess I have to put in Enter Blathner. Because it's made from 2 level 9 monsters. So why not?
Yeah, I've thought of doing that before. I believe, is the Earth one? No, it's level 10. There was something weird, like some way to do 9s. That was funny.
Oh, there's like Gigant Castle and then the like floating fortress thing.
Yeah,
special summon each other.
and you could just make it, and you just run core in that deck, and
that's good.
Be funny. But I mean, Enter Blathner, I don't know if that's worth it. Enter Blathner. No, the easiest way to summon it is you summon the tree, Hermit Tree. You excavate something that summons Spore. You Synchro for 9. Banish the tree for Spore. Xyz for 9.
Oh, yep, there you go.
That is the easiest 9 I can think of.
That is really good.
I mean, I would never do that. You could always just summon like a copy plant, which isn't even that great, or the mill, the princess that becomes 8 and just make it rank 8, which is better than the rank 9.
Much better things, yes.
Yeah. So, should we take a break for news? Or I don't know how that works with this.
Yes, we will take a break for news, and we will be back shortly.
And we're back.
Legitimately back.
As opposed to the time we were illegitimately back.
That's right. Cool. So now we're going to be talking about the latter half of the Pack of Secrets Eternity. Secrets of Eternity.
We'll do some news first.
Before that news, right.
Just 2 newses. 2 newses. Hero Strike Structure Deck comes out soon. What day is that? January 30th. Today is the 15th. 15 days. Not much to say about that. We've gone over the cards in it before, I believe. Then the relevant news. From, if you've been to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization, that's a website. There's a pack called World Superstars Booster Pack. I'll go there quick. Ending misinformation. Let's see if they have it here.
Superstars Booster Pack. Oop.
Okay, and I'll just read it. On tour for the first time ever, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card game is proud to present the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG World Superstars. This owl foil set collects 50 cards previously available only to Japan and Korea. Now available for the first time, I know, all over the world, with dozens of new cards from Zexal era. Duelists can boost their power with their Xyz monsters like never before with new Chronomaly, Star Seraph, Heroic Challenger, Gagaga, and Galaxy cards. You tired of counting up all those Xyz monsters? Fear not, duelists can also get their hands on new anti-Xyz weapons. Try protecting your pendulum cards with Pendulum Impenetrable or bouncing all the numbers back to the extra deck with Number Hunter. To top it all off, the set contains a special treat for collectors. Every year, 8 finalists at Thing get the, Legendary Dragon of White and Legendary Dark Magician. Those things that's, like, impossible to summon when the duel if you attack. For a final game with it. These cards are too powerful to allow in regular play. Not true, but given a modern Xyz spin or two to two famous monsters from the Dawn of Dueling and make a great addition to any duelist card collection. Each 5-card pack contains 4 super rares and 1 prismatic secret rare, a special version of secret rares not seen in many years. I think that's like that really awkward, like stickery looking one that I like.
Which one?
Prismatic secret rare. I guess I'll type it in. And it contains 52 cards in all, 18 prismatic rares and 34 supers. Prismatic secret rare. Yes, like old exchange. Is it like that? Anti-spell fragrance.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that kind of like.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Warrior.
See, I like that secret
I like
style.
that one too. That was very awesome. Slate Warrior looked awesome.
There's some cool stuff like negate attack in this. If you type it in, like old Sinister Serpent. I like that secret. So that's nice that they're redoing that one. So if you know any of the like what they said there, Nebradisk. Part 1, we get the throne, we get the chair. Worse than everything, we probably get Nodin.
I don't want those cards.
I know.
It's so dumb.
We get Nodin.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
And we may get Dark Matter Dragon. Also, that other terrible thing for the game. I think even because of the hype for that card, I believe that Galaxy Eyes has gone up in price. Not Galaxy Eyes, a Tachyon Dragon.
Tachyon, really?
Which is, well, because you just summon it. As soon as you summon that, you literally have game. I don't know if I said that last time. Did I say it?
Yeah, because it does.
Because if you summon it,
damage or something.
Yeah, if you summon it, Tachyon can be overlaid for Dark Matter Dragon.
Right.
Which, when it's summoned, sends 3 different named dragons from your deck to the grave. You send Eclipse, Dragon Ruler, and a dragon. Eclipse banishes Red MD. Summon Dragon Ruler. Red MD, summon on top of Dark Matter. Dark Matter will revive the Tachyon Dragon, which will be used to summon another Dark Matter Dragon, send another Eclipse Wyvern, another Dragon Ruler, and another thing. And then you summon another Dragon Ruler. And that Eclipse, if you're like going full wombo, like you're going first, that Eclipse will get a Light and Darkness Dragon. And then the 2 Dragon Rulers will make Dragosack, and then you'll make 2 tokens, and you shoot with both the tokens for Light and Darkness Dragon. And then you end with Dark Matter, which is 4,000, Red MD, Light and Darkness, and what's that? Dragosack. That's pretty good. And it probably took you like 2 cards.
It's way too good.
That's a dump.
So easy.
I know.
It's like free. It is free.
That card is terribly designed. And we're going to have to... Hopefully we don't have to deal with that. But I know we will.
Yep.
We're going to deal with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe you're the plant cyborg.
I can't believe he was a Galaxy Cyborg.
Okay.
But now onto the pack.
Well, cool. That's exciting because it's different. And now
because it affects everybody.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, now
we can stop saying, why don't we have this and that yet?
Yeah. And then, of course, our meta will become theirs, and then everything will just be horrible again.
Like their meta. I mean, you could argue it's not horrible, but who knows? I think it's pretty bad. So, the pack. We stopped at the extra deck last time. I'm looking at it, I think it's kind of funny that there's just as many fusion monsters in the new pack as there are Xyz monsters. And there's 1 ritual monster and 2 synchros. So a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I like that.
That's nice. I mean, the problem with that is that, what is that? Only 2 generic cards in there. So it's kind of like, I mean, Raid Raptor Rise Falcon is generic, but it's also generically bad. And as you see, we have this nice little, like, view right here.
The what?
This nice view we got up there of the cards. Like that. And much easier visual way to look at this, I think. If you're watching on not iTunes.
The YouTubes.
Beginning, I guess, with the Rune Eyes Pendulum Dragon. That thing that you hope to not pull.
Yeah, I don't think I want this.
I don't.
It looks cool, but it looks fat.
It's so fat.
Like, it's not like fat. It's not like stout. It just looks like it has cancer.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when, like, you see like a Pokemon in a game. Like, it's just a Pokemon. You're like, okay, that looks fine. And then you go to play on one of those 3D games, and it looks like it can't move.
Oh, yeah, it looks horrible.
Yeah, it's like...
It looks wrong.
Like, what is Electivire doing? It looks like it can't function. I don't understand. Like, it looks fine in the game when it didn't move.
Yeah.
And then now that it's in 3D, it doesn't make any sense.
And then you realize certain things, like, don't have knees or joints for which to either feed themselves or, like, run away from predators.
Yeah.
You're like, this Pokemon is really fast. How is it running away from me? It doesn't have any limbs, like, that you would use to run away.
But that's what this thing looks like. It looks like it. If it was in real life, it just would not touch me because it couldn't get to me because it can't move. Rune Eyes is the cover card. What a boring cover card. Like, it's like such an uninfluential card. It's such a meaningless card that it's the cover card. But it's a fusion.
What does it do?
Of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon and a Spellcaster. I like the genericness at the very least.
Genericness is good.
If this card was fusion summoned using a Pendulum Summon monster, which is pretty much a given, but not necessarily, that was on the field as fusion material, it is unaffected by your opponent's card effects this turn. Nice. Apply the appropriate effect depending on the original level of the monster used as fusion material that was not the Odd Eyes, so the Spellcaster. If it's level 4 or lower, this card can attack 2 monsters during each battle phase. If it was level 5 or higher, I can attack 3 monsters during each battle phase. I mean, it's not bad. It's certainly not bad, but once again, require me to run deck I don't want to.
It's like Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon is so much more valuable when you don't have to worry about summoning this card.
Yeah. I understand that it's trying to be run with the Perform Val Trump Witch. By the way, I want to go back to that card and just in thought.
Sure.
Because it's actually better than we like said it was terrible, right? If you recall. But then, if you think about it, it's just Fusion Gate. This card is just Fusion Gate. That's all it is.
Because you said we get a poly or something like that?
No, so it's Monster Vegas. You contribute to add a poly from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's like, that's alright. I don't really want to do that, but it's alright. Just in case you don't need the Pendulum effect, you have that.
Sure, sure.
But the Pendulum effect is once per turn, fusion to summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control. It's just a Fusion Gate.
Except Fusion Gate, you can use cards from your hand, right?
Yeah, but it'd vanish.
True.
But I mean, literally, this card is just a Fusion Gate once per turn. And then the Fusion Gate can get you poly if you need it.
Not bad.
And then for the Rune Eyes, it is obviously a spellcaster to be fused with, but it can also get you the poly or be used for the fusioning. So it's kind of like, I think it goes with that. But then it has that, if it was level 2, this card would be infinitely better.
Yeah.
But it is actually bad.
It can get on the field in so many ways. You just pretty much have to, draw it or Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon.
Yeah, you can search it with Odd Eyes.
Or I guess you can also search it with the spellbook cards, like all of them.
I guess.
And not all of them, but I mean the continuous spell, whatever it's called. Spellbook. It's not tower, it's library?
No, there's no spellbooks that search monsters.
There's not?
No. Well, there's the secrets can search the boy, because he has spellbook in his name.
And what is the one that I'm thinking of? Is the continuous? No.
Oh, yeah. The Star Hall.
Star
It gets a
Hall.
counter every time a spellbook is activated. Then when it's destroyed, it adds a spellcaster of a level lower than the counters.
Yes.
And it's level 1.
Yes. So that's really easy to do.
Yeah, that's really easy. That reminds me of when Rob would add Veilers. He would just like pop it with Priestess to get Veiler. Star Hall.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
Each time a spellbook spell card is activated, place a counter. All spellcaster monsters gain attack, 100 attack, and with this spell card, or when this card with spell counter is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add a spellcaster monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of counters that were on this card.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the other way to make it searchable.
Yeah, but the massive problem with this Trump Witch is it's got that freaking 4 scale.
Mm-hmm.
And like you want to use it with Odd Eyes, but then Odd Eyes is level 7, so you need an 8 whenever you're running Odd Eyes. And the only 8 still is those 2 wizards, Time Gazer Magician and Stargazer Magician. Those are the only way to get an 8. I mean, not counting things that don't allow you to summon Odd Eyes, like Clifforts.
Ugh.
But so, like, as soon as there's an 8, then this card will be valuable. More valuable, not necessarily valuable.
It'll be a thing. It's not bad for its utility. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. It adds an interesting element to the, I mean, I suppose if you're running the Odd Eyes with the Gazers, and then you can run one of this, or 2 of this, or whatever you're doing, and run the polymerizations. They kind of just, like, that instantly gets 2 into the extra deck, and I'll use that as a segue into another card.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you would run in that deck. So you go, like, Odd Eyes, search this, your next turn you tribute it, goes to the extra deck, get poly. 2 monsters in the extra deck, almost there for Pot of Riches.
Mm-hmm.
Which we can talk about.
Cool card.
It's nice. Interesting picture.
How do I get there?
You clicked on the picture instead of the name.
How do I get there from here?
You don't.
No. It has to.
I don't know.
There we go. There we go. Pot of Riches.
Spell. Shuffle 3 pendulum monsters into your deck from your graveyard. And or face up in your extra deck. And then draw 2 cards. You don't activate 1 a turn. You cannot special the turn you activate this card except for pendulum.
It's probably too good.
It's interesting. I like it.
It'll probably be too good.
It'll eventually. I mean, just draws 2 cards.
Yeah. I mean, shuffle 3 pendulum monsters back in your deck from your graveyard is already like, okay. That there are ways to make that happen probably pretty easily.
What does the hamster do again? I can never remember.
The hamster's pendulum effect allows you to banish it, and if there, I don't know.
I want to look at its monster effect. Okay.
Oh, it's monster effect.
Yes. I can click on it, and there it is. There's the hamster. During your main phase, if this card was normal summoned this turn, and a face-up level 5 or lower pendulum monsters in your extra deck, you can tribute this card special summon from your main deck 2 monsters with the same name. Okay, so that works with the witch. So you can tribute the witch, she goes to the extra deck, she's level 5 or lower, so you can summon 2 of them and get all of your polymerizations. But then why you did that is because you wanted to play Pot of Riches.
Well, of course.
Because that's instantly 3. But it's over time, I guess.
Well, technically it's 4, because you also get the rescue hamster in your extra deck, because you tribute it.
And then you can put it back. Oh, and then they all go back loop, infinite loop.
No.
Well, no, yeah, you just leave 1 witch in your extra deck, and then you shuffle the hamster and the 2 witches back. Then you have to do something with those polys. So you can keep adding them to activate.
I don't even know. Is there a...
And then again, they don't have to go to the graveyard, so every time you summon 2, you can just make it rank 1.
That's true. That would be good. That Slacker Magician is nice.
This deck is too powerful, I can already tell.
Wow.
Maybe I'll make it.
Maybe you should. No, you should. I know you should.
So I could just run Odd. Odd Eyes can search for both of these, which is fine. So I'm running Poly, and I can fuse for Rune, but I just need spellcasters that are worth running. I guess I can just fuse them off the field into Rune Eyes.
Yeah, essentially. Search. I'm seeing what can search Rescue Hamster. Summoner Monk, that doesn't matter. Dragon Dowser, that doesn't matter. That's that card that comes out in
That's a
this
terrible
set.
thing.
Yeah.
Frontline Observer, which is never going to happen.
Boxer.
They're just odd eyes.
Odd Eyes. And another rescue hamster.
Yeah.
That's
I'll run the 2 magicians.
You can't search rescue No, I guess you can search it from you can recover it from your extra deck.
Yeah.
But you can't get
if you have 2 in your extra deck, you can recover them with a hamster.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah,
No.
that's it. We're done.
The huge, massive problem I already noticed with this deck is that all the monsters have no attack. And you're not going anywhere. Maybe I'll run Phoenix Wing Blast. This deck will happen. I'm going to make it, and you'll be proud of me.
Oh.
But part of which is kind of neat. Drawing cards. I can also do from the graveyard, so I don't know if there's like something to do with that would be beneficial.
I mean, only milling.
Wait, this is it.
Oh, we thought of it.
See, this was the problem all along with Light Sworn Pendulums.
Mm-hmm.
But now when they go to the graveyard, you can shuffle them back.
Yeah.
See, now you can search that Odd Eyes with Eclipse Wyvern.
Odd Eyes with Eclipse Wyvern.
Yeah. Because you can search Odd Eyes, Pendulum Dragon with Eclipse Wyvern.
Oh, that's true.
And then you Pendulum summon
Damn.
Dragon Rulers with the Magicians. And you can shuffle them back with your triple pot of riches that don't clog.
That's good. And then I don't know.
And then you don't know.
But that's something.
But neither do I. Yeah. But so that's the Rune Eyes. It's an interesting card. It has the potential to become more powerful. Maybe I'll pick them up for $1. Or whatever they're worth. I'll value them at $1. Moving along down the fusion line. We skipped over the ritual monster because we already talked about it, I believe, last time. Gungar.
Yeah.
Then there's this thing. Gem Knight, Lady Lapis Lazuli.
Why are we talking about this?
Because we gotta, man. We gotta.
Why? It's so boring.
Is it? I don't remember what it did.
Rock Fusion Effect, level 5, 2400 attack, 1000 defense.
Pretty good.
24, please. It better have a great... no, it's actually probably going to have a worse effect because it has 2400 attack.
Yeah.
The fusion of Gem Knight, Lapis, and one Gem Knight monster. So, hey, it's kind of generic. Except you need Lapis, which I think gets to your hand easy.
It's a normal monster.
Never... Oh, so yeah. Must first be special summoned with the above fusion material monsters. So.
Cannot be summoned with instant fusion.
Yes, that's true.
That's what it says right there.
You can only special summon Gem Knight Lady Lapis once per turn. Or you can only special summon Gem Knight Lady Lapis Lazuli once per turn. Once per turn, you can send one Gem Knight monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each special summon monster on the field. Who cares?
That's alright.
It's a walking foolish burial.
It sends Obsidian and Lazuli to the graveyard, which both plus as soon as they're sent. I don't know if there's like a fusion that does. Because it makes it sound like there's a fusion you want to send to the graveyard.
Oh yeah, that's true. It does.
I'm sure the tips say... Use this card's effect to send Gen Master next to the graveyard for the effect of Diamond. No! No! Okay, there isn't.
Or nobody thought about it yet.
There's only like none. Okay, so
What
never...
about the light one?
The light one? That one discards cards, destroy stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know. And then there's this. It gets worse. El Shadol Wendigo. It's not called Wendigo. It's Wendigo. But I like calling it Wendigo. El Shadol Wendigo is... I don't even... What? There is... Every time anybody asks me about this card, they're like, how bad is it? And then I tell them, it's so bad, you might as well keep the fusion material.
It's so bad. It's so... I did it again. It's so boring.
Its effect is so irrelevant. Like, literally, every time you can summon this, you can summon the Earth one, and the Earth one has higher defense.
And higher attack.
Yeah. So it's a fusion of a Shadol and a Wind monster. Like, the only reason you'd want to summon is if there's, like, some Wind monster you really want to fuse with, which I can't think of.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's got 200 attack, Debris Dragon, 2800 defense, level 6 Psychic. I was also thinking, is there something to do with it being psychic?
Probably not.
Can you keep reviving it?
Well, so it's a psychic fusion, so you can use Miracle Synchro Fusion with... Oh, no, you need a psychic synchro.
So you can...
I guess you can make magical...
You can run Silent Psychic Wizard in your deck and keep bringing it back. I don't know.
What? Can you?
Right?
Silent Psychic Wizard banishes from the graveyard.
A psychic monster, and then when it's sent to the graveyard, you bring it back.
Ooh la la.
And then you keep having Shadol spell a trap in hand. But then now you're running an earth monster that is not wind. Just to summon this, which you went out of your way to summon in the first place.
So that you can continuously maybe recover it like twice.
Yeah. And then when you recover it, it doesn't do anything.
You literally... So all of the other Shadol monsters do stuff above ground. You have dragons, you have hedgehogs, you have flying dragons, you have constructs, and then this thing is just off in the sea being like, hey, I'm over here, use me.
I mean, the art is really cool.
The art is cool. Except I like everything other than the actual dolphin part.
The actual dolphin is really cruddy.
The dolphin is just there.
It's fat.
What dolphin is this?
It's one of the spirit beasts.
They don't have dolphins.
They do.
They don't. There are no dolphins.
A dolphin, the tamed spiritual beast. Look it. It's gonna be a dolphin. It's got dolphin in the name.
What?
It is that monster.
No, it's not. Can't be. That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, I guess it is.
What does it do? Does it have better stats? No, it's the same garbage stats.
So the card that the Shadol card is based on is... What was this thing's name? Petalfin, the Tamed Spiritual Beast. Fusion of one Ritual Beast Tamer monster and one Ritual Beast monster must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control and can't be special summoned other ways. You don't use polymerization. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. And during either player's turn, you can return this card to the extra deck, then target one of your banished Ritual Beast Tamer monsters and one of your banished Spiritual Beast monsters and special summon them in defense mode.
It sucks when the counterpart is better.
This thing?
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah.
Even it sucks. Yeah, that one also sucks.
I mean, this is a 2800 wall that you can defuse like at the end of your opponent's turn.
Yeah, and then it can't be destroyed by card effects, which I think is better. Because they're not going to attack over it. Unlike this one. Okay, so the effect of Wendigo is must first be hued and summoned blah. During either player's turn, target a monster you control. This turn it cannot be destroyed by battle with an opponent's special summoned monster.
Yeah, that's really stupid.
And then you can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target a spell. Should all spell and trap in your graveyard and add it to your hand. I mean, they all have that. The most redeemable quality of it is that it brings back your Shadol card. I was just trying to think of everything you could do with this. There's like nothing to do. Like it's 6, so you can fuse Synchro with Falco for 8s, which you never summon 8s in Shadols, I guess, unless you run this. But you don't run this. Because the best way to summon it is using Core, and if you're using Core, you can summon anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, Tengu.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, it's on the field, you get another Tengu.
And now you have less attack. It's just that the card doesn't do anything. I don't understand.
It's only good if it's the only thing on the field, right?
It protects other monsters.
No, you can target one monster you control, yeah. But I mean, hey, Clifford's like...
Still poop on this deck because this card doesn't do anything.
Don't care.
But I'm going to get this card and make them into tokens.
That sounds good.
It's nice art.
I mean, if it said it couldn't be destroyed by opponent's monsters, either by...
It should just be once per turn, target a card, can't be destroyed this turn.
It should
like
be...
Spark Dragon.
Spark Dragon.
Yeah, but it's worse because it's just defense.
Yeah.
But then I might summon it.
Whatever. Slightly disappointing card.
Wait, no, it helps in the mirror match, right? So, wait, no, it doesn't help in the mirror match.
What can't be destroyed by construct?
Yeah, no, it's only by battle. That's what I realized.
Exactly. Exactly. It needs card effects. Monster card effects. That would be fine too.
It just can't be destroyed, please. Even if it's just special summon monsters, can't be destroyed by special summon monsters, effects, or battle. Moving along to things that are actually more legitimate. Metaphys. Horus. I feel like I should say metaphors Horus Dragon almost.
Oh no.
Come
back, gallery.
Come to me.
I'll go ahead and read the effect, or its stats and such.
You will, you said?
You can.
Oh. So it is a level 6 Weiram Synchro. It requires any tuner, any non-tuner, or any number of non-tuners, I guess. And when this card is Synchro Summon, you can activate the appropriate effects depending on the non-tuner monster used for its Synchro material. If it was a normal monster, this face-up card is unaffected by other cards this turn. If it uses an effect monster, you can target another face-up card on the field, negate that target's effect. Oh, period. Not this turn, just period. It's negated. If you used a pendulum monster, you're that cool kid. Your opponent chooses one monster they control and gives control of it to you, but it cannot attack this turn. But, the first thing I thought of when I read this card was like, oh, it's a Weiram. I can ladder it into Yazi. Or not Yazi, into Baxia. That's all that I cared about. I was like, now if I can synchro for 6, I might be able to synchro for 8 into Baxia.
Yeah.
And Baxia is really good. I mean, more often than not, this card is essentially just a level 6 synchro that when it's summoned, it negates a monster's effect. That's pretty much the effect you're going to actually see. But if you're using pendulum monsters, when you do this, it gets 2 effects pretty much no matter what. So if you use a normal pendulum, it'll be unaffected by cards and then it negates something. Oh wait, no. It'll be unaffected by cards when it's summoned and you take control of one of their monsters. Or if you use an effect monster, it'll negate something and then take control of one of their monsters. Which is like terrible, because you're going to negate a monster and they're obviously going to choose that one and give it to you.
True that.
Who knows? But, I mean, it's not a terrible card. Its existence doesn't make me upset.
Yeah, it's not a bad 6.
It's a pretty good 6. And it's a Weiram, again. For that Baxia. I don't know if there's like a plant play that would summon this and then like bring back a level 2 Spore, I guess. I don't know. Is there? I don't remember. I don't know of any plant plays that made a 6.
Well, you said if it was a pendulum monster,
you take control of one of their monsters.
But you also said, can a pendulum monster be an effect and a normal monster? So you
yeah,
the
pendulum monster is going to be an effect monster or a normal monster, so it'll get 2 effects if you use the pendulum monster.
Right.
I guess you could run this in the like Pendula deck.
Which is all the normal monsters?
Yeah. But then again, at the same time, it's not possible to synchro for 6. It is possible. But I mean, they're all 4s. Well, when I was running that deck, I ran Tuned Warrior, which is level 3 tuner. And then the lowest level one was level 4. So the lowest synchro level you could make was 7. So you'd have to run like Global or something.
You could run Plague Spreader.
You could have run Plague Spreader.
It wouldn't be terrible. Putting monsters that you're going to search back on the top of your deck.
Yeah.
If you're using the Dragoons.
Yeah.
Mitigatable.
A card whose purpose is yet to be seen. Moving on. Raid Raptors.
I thought about making a Raid Raptor deck, and then I decided that I remember they not being that good.
Okay, this card has all the signs of a terrible card.
Oh.
First off, it's a triple rank 4 requiring 3 winged beasts. I can't think of any legitimate ways to do such a thing. The best way is Black Wings, but that's still not legitimate. You just wasted 4 Black Wings.
For this.
And then on top of that, you read it, and the first thing you notice is it has 100 attack and 2,000 defense.
No, that's probably not the first thing you read. The first thing you read is probably its effect. You might observe that it has 100 attack and 2,000 defense.
But you don't notice it.
You don't actually, you don't notice it. You don't realize what that
Actually,
means.
I think the first thing you notice is the picture is kind of stupid.
What are you talking about? It's a
Biofalcon.
mangled falcon because its pieces are all like stretched out. It's like a Spartan falcon.
Yeah. Well, here's this effect. The effort, man. But this card.
That first effect.
This card can attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls once each. Okay, that's fair. You can detach an Xyz material from this card, then target a face-up special summon monster your opponent controls. This card gains attack equal to that monster's current attack. So it'll have 100 more attack than that. And it's permanent? That's nice.
I mean, so is that other thing. The level 2. The anti-spiral.
Oh yeah, Dark Mist. This is so much worse than Dark Mist.
So much harder to summon.
And then there's, and that's it.
It's like if Harpies, for some reason, really, really, really need to get over monsters, they can use this.
Yeah, I know.
I guess they can use this to attack over big monsters that can't be destroyed or affected by opponents' card effects. Or destroy. Even then, it's just too much.
If they're having that problem, they can just summon the Phantasmal Dragon.
And then attack.
Directly.
Yeah, that's something.
This thing. Moving on. To good cards.
You should be able to do this during either player's turn. That would be terrifying.
Be
like
good.
They summon a big monster, take.
And now it's huge.
Yep.
Like keeps getting huger.
Yep.
Which isn't a word. Sky Cavalry Centuria.
That's a really cool name.
It's a really good card. Yeah, good art, good card, good everything. Okay, rank 2. Requiring 2 level 2s. Requiring 1 ad before you can read. 2,000 attack, 0 defense. That alone is just like, oh wow, that's really good for rank 2.
Mm-hmm.
This card can now be destroyed by battle bot as Xyz material. Great. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, detach an Xyz material from this card. Return that opponent's monster from the field to the hand. That's just really good.
Yeah.
It's just another one of those cards that goes like, oh, I guess I'll just run only frogs. Because I don't need no stinking monarchs.
Yep, now you can get in. And get in and do that damage.
Attack, bounce.
Or that removal. It returns, and it doesn't target either.
Oh, yeah. And it can't be destroyed by battle.
Yeah. It's like, boom, you're gone. Boom, you're gone. Oh, that's really cool.
That's a good card. And the art is, once again, Magic the Gathering.
Mm.
And we've made it through the extra deck. And now we get to look at these cards. I'll try to skip around here and find the ones that are interesting. I don't remember what Raid Raptor Nest does, but I want to read it.
Raid Raptor Nest. It's a continuous spell, and if you control 2 or more Raid Raptor monsters, you can add 1 Raid Raptor monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and you can only use this effect once per turn. All right,
that's good.
We're getting to that Xyz monster. That's what we're doing.
Mean, I believe there's only 1 Raid Raptor in this set. Was there one at all?
There was one.
We skipped it because it was dumb. Raid Raptor, Vanishing Lanius.
I don't like that name. It could have been Vanishing any other L word.
Yeah.
Vanishing Lanius. Once per turn during your main phase, if this card was normal or special, you can special 1 level 4 or lower Raid Raptor monster from your hand. Really standard. It's a carrier. It looks like a carrier. It looks like it's going to be carrying other things. You can carry it on the back. You can carry it in the front. With those really awkwardly positioned...
It'll carry the whole archetype.
Talon things.
I mean, this is... When there's only 1, this is a terrible effect. I mean, I know there's gonna be more. There's gotta be.
Is there legitimately only 1 Raid Raptor
Yeah.
Wow. What?
Go down. See if there's any in here. Well, 4 Strix. Oh, that card's really good. 4 Strix is an Xyz monster.
Oh, there's also Rise Falcon.
That's the Xyz we already looked at.
Rise Falcon?
Yeah. But this is 4 Strix.
Oh, it's an owl. Looks so angry.
But no, this one's really good.
2 level 4 monsters, 100 attack, 2,000 defense. I guess that's just standard. Wing Beast, Dark. Gains 500 attack and defense for each other Wing Beast monster you control, other Wing Beast. And once per turn, you can detach a material, add a level 4 or lower, level 4 Dark Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand. I just automatically assumed it was level 4 or lower, because who cares? But it's just 1 level 4 Dark Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand. Okay.
Get Strix.
Really, really, really wants to help out Black Wings.
Yeah, Strix.
It's so strict.
It's Strix, man. Life is Strix. Moving along, I guess. Back to the Paco
Well, no, I just want to make sure that I didn't...
Oh yeah, that's it. I'm sure we'll get like one in the next pack. I'm sure they'll make one.
Why would they do something like that?
See, there's the Lapis right next to it.
Yeah, one level 4 lower, Raid Raptor possible. Okay. That's horrible. Why would they do... That's really, really bad. Alright, there's the...
There's that Veneer. Let's look at Constellar Twinkle. Sparkle, jolly, twinkle, jingling. There you go. I remembered that. I thought I was going to forget the song. But you were wrong. Normal spell, target a Constellar monster you control. Increase its level by 1 or 2. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish a Constellar monster from your graveyard, add this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Twinkle once per turn. So it's like a pseudo Kaus.
That's good.
So I guess you could run the deck without Kaus.
But it's so easy to search Kaus.
But then you could take all that easy searching and run this.
How do you get this?
Can it be searched? You tell me, would ya? You tell me now. Nope. Oh, use it along Kaus. Just summon monsters with a higher rank. You can make rank 7.
Oh, man.
Wait a minute. When I read this card, I was like, you could just run the deck without Kaus, because Kaus technically doesn't do anything as far as forward motion is concerned. So you're essentially running a bunch of vanillas that culminate into something reasonable. But with this, you could only run the ones that have effects that do something, and just boost your levels with that, and hopefully be better.
Makes sense.
Like there's the one that searches when it's summoned, and the ones that you normal summon additionally, and just like only that. And you could keep gaining advantage and be like, yeah. But I don't know. Not that great. Probably a common. Indeed it is. Moving on to this other card that's actually good.
Got him second call.
Call.
I am surprised that they would go here. It probably has nothing to do with X-Saber monsters.
It does.
I would expect. Wow.
If you control an X-Saber Synchro, target 2 X-Saber monsters in your graveyard, special summon both, ignoring their summoning conditions, but change their attacks to 0. Also destroy them at the end of this turn. You can activate one this turn. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. Basically, this card says to me, Gotham's loop now. It summons despite summoning conditions, so it brings back Fall Troll. Potentially 2. You summon stuff and you discard their hand. Now, if you're running X-Sabers, that is what you do. You discard your opponent's hand. And there's nothing they can do about it.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
I'm curious what the tips say.
Summon Fall Troll. Alchemy search with Dark Sage, Ancient Gear Drill, Alchemic Magician.
Dark Sage. I need to make this deck.
Wait, Saber Ruffle?
Yeah. Can I make... Oh, not the Time Wizard. Oh, it is the Time Wizard one. No. Oh, my gosh. I'll make this deck. I don't care. I'll do it. I'll get that coin flip. There has to be a way to just instantly summon Time Wizard for literally free. There has to be. There has to be. Tangent. Tangent. Go. Searched by...
Second coin toss.
Single purchase. I don't even remember. Raimei. I was lightning card.
Single purchase allows you to search for anything at the cost of everything.
Do I have to like discard my entire hand?
I believe you banish every card in your hand. And they have to all be spells.
If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, other than this card, and none of them are monsters, banish your entire hand face up. Add 1 monster from your deck to your hand. If you do, you can't normal or special any monsters for the rest of the turn except monsters with that name. Not making that purchase. That purchase is a terrible deal. Arnis, the Empowered Warrior, is the one that has to be destroyed by battle. Probably Apprentice Magician and Starhall. That's interesting. That's something.
Fusion Reserve, that one's actually good.
Oh yeah, that's the trap.
Yeah.
Second
coin toss is it.
That didn't allow me to search it, right?
Oh, no, that lets you flip a coin again.
Yeah.
It does exactly what the card was.
Yeah.
You'd think it did.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. I'll do it.
But apparently there's some OCG card called Saber Reflect. When you take damage while you control an X-Saber monster, gain life points equal to the amount of damage you took. It's a quick play. And also inflict an amount of damage to your opponent, then add a Saber spell or trap or Gothams card from your deck to your hand. And you'll activate one a turn. Saibu Refrectu.
Saiba.
Refurectu.
Refurectu.
That's interesting, I guess. It's just a search for any... It can search for itself.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty cool.
Interesting. Maybe we'll get that in that pack.
Ugh. Oh, you know what else we're going to get? Shuttle Ride.
I bet we won't.
I know. When you were reading the archetypes, it didn't say anything about
Roids. Okay. Next, I guess we'll do that Void expansion. That expansion.
We talked about Seer last time. Oh, what does this card do?
The Fjord spell. Common. During your standby phase, special summon an Infernoid token. It's a Fiend, Fire, level 1/0/0. To special summon an Infernoid monster using its own procedure. Whoa. You can banish Infernoid monsters you control instead of those in the graveyard, or any combination of both. So the Infernoids can be summoned by banishing from the graveyard. While this is on the field, you can banish from the field. But that has the weirdest wording I've ever heard.
Procedure is a new word.
To special summon an Infernoid monster using its own procedure. Okay,
I'm surprised they'd use the word procedure.
Yeah. Your opponent cannot target Infernoid monsters you control for attacks or with card effects except for the Infernoid monster you control with the highest level, either if tied. And,
I'm just going to look up synonyms of the word procedure that they could have possibly used instead of the word procedure.
I was thinking they would put summoning condition.
They could have done that. I mean, it definitely would have been... It would have taken up more space, but they could have put in summoning condition.
Agenda.
Agenda. That would be cool. Method. Method would be a good word.
I think they should have used summoning condition because that's like official.
Yeah, it's something they've already used. But, I mean, they were going to use a new word for some scheme. Summoning scheme. That
Transaction. Step.
Step is here. Gimmick. That's what it is. Formula. That's not good.
Agendum.
Ooh, I like the word agenda.
Daily grind. If you have to banish an Infernoid for that daily grind, you can banish him for the field.
That's awesome. Maneuver.
Yeah. For the
Infernoid maneuver.
If you have to banish an Infernoid for them nuts and bolts, you can banish them from the field instead. For that modus operandi. But no.
There are a couple other words here that I would have chosen besides procedure. Procedure sounds really, really like technical and not card gamey. Procedure sounds like I'm reading a document, which, I mean, I know the effects have gotten really big, but I don't want to be reminded that that's what I'm reading.
Yeah.
This is literally like an official document in Yu-Gi-Oh.
But why I even decided that we could read this card is because this is a field spell that says during your standby phase special summon a token, and there's no restrictions on that token in any way or having this card in the field. And that's like relevant.
Yeah, nothing else. just summon one Inferno token during your standby phase.
If you could technically just run like a really small Inferno engine with this. But
and you also don't have to special summon the token.
But I mean, Jamboree machine is an ancient, dead machine.
True.
That's what I thought of, too. But Monarchs, Super Frog-ish.
Yeah.
You can econ the tokens away. They're fire, I guess you can them Mega Thestalos. I don't know. You could probably... Is there anything that tributes fire? Sealing Ceremony of Fire.
Well, there's the Phantasmal Beast guy, Raviel, that tributes Fiend-type monsters that this could also work for.
Oh, all the sealing ceremonies are the same.
Mm.
They're continuous traps. They once per turn. Oh, this one's different. Never mind. I lied. Oh man, it's only the Earth one. That's just better. Why? Oh.
Are you gonna bother reading?
Okay, the sealing ceremony of Cont. Cont.
Exactly.
That's literally what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Once per turn, banish a fire monster from your graveyard, target a card in your opponent's graveyard, and banish that target.
Oh wow.
I mean, if you had some graveyard loading fire deck, this would be a good side deck card. But I thought of this because I thought there was like a fire one, because I know that a lot of Clipboard players cited into sealing ceremony of Melkuton.
Good.
And this one is once per turn, tribute a face-up Earth monster.
I didn't mean to.
And select up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard and banish them. It's just like better in every way. So it activates both Helix and Carrier's effect for when they're tributed. One bounces a monster, one destroys a spell or trap, and then in addition it banishes 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard, and it's continuous, so you can keep doing it.
That is better.
And then there's also, this one is terrible. Sealing Ceremony of Raiton. Once per turn, you can return a face-up wind monster you control to the bottom of the main deck, and then target 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard and banish them. And then there's Sealing Ceremony of Suiton. And it's once per turn, send a water monster from your hand to the graveyard, target a card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. That one's not terrible. And I'll have a picture of one of the ninjas. For some reason, the blue one is on 2 of them. That's dumb. Why is the blue one on 2? Oh, the red one's on 2 as well. The earth one has scapegoat tokens. The wind one has fluff tokens from Dandelion. The fire one has those fire tokens from one of the either Flamvel or Laval cards. I don't remember what it is. And then the water one has Tadpole. But the Tadpoles all have ninja headbands on, which is kind of cool. Total not relevant to the field spell, but I thought it was tribute a fire monster to banish, but I was wrong. But this card's interesting. Totally don't like it in the actual deck, though. It's so slow. Moving along. To Nef Shadol Fusion.
I've had enough of this.
I've had a Nef.
Spell card, equip, and activate this card by declaring an attribute. Equip only to a Shadol monster, and it becomes that attribute. During your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 Shadol fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials, including the equipped monster. You can only use this effect of Nef Shadol fusion once per turn. There's a Clifford thing back there being all like, I'm a Clifford.
That scout shooting them missiles.
What is going on in this picture?
It's Winda. That's Winda.
I know that, but I mean, she's in like a... She's being...
Oh, she's like dodging a missile?
Or she's attached to this container.
Well, there's a bunch of them. What are they?
Are the... maybe the Cliffords are trying to do that absorbing thing that they do? Because there's the sacrifice, which is like absorbing something from someone.
Yeah. At first I thought she was like flying on a kite, but that's not true.
But no, I'm pretty sure the Cliffords are trying to like take people.
What is equipping? Is she being equipped with that?
Clifford Scout appears in this card's artwork, as does Clifford, the Tree of Death, and the rider of El Shadol Winda, who appears to be bound to the canisters seen along the spine of Infernoid
Harmadic.
This is the first equipped spell card that can perform a fusion summon. This card's attribute ability plus its Clifford affiliated artwork might suggest that the Shadols are tapping into the power of the Cliffords to change their attributes, since the Cliffords' Tree of Death absorbed the Gem Knight's orbs seen in Sacrifice, which in turn may represent all the different elements the Gem Knights possess. What does Harmadic matter? Oh, on the back of Harmadic, it's one of the containers is on the back of this.
Harmadic. That thing is really big then.
Yeah, I guess so. It's huge. But it's like in a forest, so it doesn't look that big. I don't know, whatever.
It's a spirit force.
And the other thing that I wanted to look at was, well, I don't know. Sacrifice. That's what I wanted to look at. Because Sacrifice, what is this? A Gem Knight monster that it just murdered?
I think so.
What Gem Knight monster is it? This card's artwork features Naturia, Sacred Tree, absorbing the spheres, pearls from the corpse of El Shadol Grista.
Which is the
fire one?
Yeah.
The spheres being absorbed represent the different Gem Knights that made up Gem Knight Master Diamond's body, who had later become El Shadol Grista. Oh, that's so weird. Huh.
Hidden beneath the tree was they sealed away the Infernoids and the Glyph Wards. I know that.
Yep, and Winda opened that tree or whatever, and everything got crazy. Oh, yep, there's the Grista has the Shadol Core thing. All the orbs are in its body in El Shadol Grista.
Now we know.
Yeah.
And the picture did not make me any wiser to why the effect. The picture is totally irrelevant to the effect of the card.
Yeah. Well, no.
Other than that there's colored spheres.
Yeah.
Oof. But about this actual card and what it does, I think this card is terrible, even though everybody seems to want to run it for some reason. Basically, everybody's like, well, Hidden Armory and Snatch Steal, and then you can run this card. Like, even if I was running Hidden Armory and Shadows, I wouldn't run this. It's so counterintuitive. On top of Hidden Armory not working with this card, like, at all.
Because you can't special
You
summon.
can't normal
you can't
summon.
Normal summon, right.
So, like, you pretty much have to normal summon. But then you can't, because you activate Hidden Armory. And now, so you have only, like, a couple options, which are Fusion Summon. Which means you have already got a Fusion spell, so why use this? Or use Core, which already manipulates its attribute, so why use this? So basically, every situation comes down to why use this. And then it's so vulnerable. You already have like no MST targets in your deck that are worth MST, and now you have one.
That's true.
It's such a waste to go like summon a Shadol monster, activate this, and then just have them MST it. It's silliness. It's silliness. It doesn't do anything that you want in this deck at all. Not at all. Kyle's opinion out. Moving on to the Nekros cycle. Oh, we were recording that. The little thingy was like for a little bit.
What thing?
The stick in there was like coming out just a little bit.
Oh.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Circle.
Up there. Cycle.
Oh, Nekros cycle.
They get a ritual spell, because I mean it'd be weird if they had a ritual monster and no ritual spell.
Yeah.
This card can be used to ritual summon any Nekros ritual monster. Tribute monsters from your hand or field, and then ritual summon a Nekros ritual monster from your hand or graveyard. Whose level exactly equals the total levels of those monsters. Exact. You can only use this effect once per turn. If you control no monsters, you banish this card in your graveyard and a Nekros monster in your graveyard and add a Nekros spell card from your deck to your hand. That'll have that effect.
So good.
It's good. It's Miracle Fusion, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. Hand or graveyard. Just let me summon things from wherever I want.
Yeah.
I like it. It's cool.
That Nekros, I mean, there's not much to say. It's pretty self-explanatory. It just does it. Next card, Tenacity of the Monarchs. I remember the first time I saw this card, I thought it said Tentacle of the Monarchs. And you like use like a tentacle to grab cards from your deck. That guy is like dying, but he has Tenacity, so he doesn't. This one's a normal spell. Oh.
Sorry. I had to get rid of that thing.
Come on, man.
Sorry. Stop. Alrighty. Tenacity. Oh, keep doing that.
Keep doing that. Well, now you have a system.
Yep. Alright, so Tenacity of the Monarchs.
Reveal a monster in your hand with 2,400 attack and 1,000 defense, or 2,800 attack and 1,000 defense. A Monarch or a Cliff monster. Add a Monarch spell or trap from your deck to your hand, other than Tentacle of the Monarchs. You can only use one tentacle per turn.
Card's fine.
This is another card I thought of for Highlander deck. You run Highlander Monarchs. with like one swap frog, one of every frog that's relevant. So like 4 frog monsters. Like a mathematician, a foolish burial. You gotta get that Trimo frog in there, and then one of every monarch, and then one of random monarch support cards.
Not bad.
And then one Gores, one Trag, one Battle Fader. The engine.
Of course.
And then one of every good Ghost Ship monster. And then we have this Divine Lance.
It better be amazing.
It's pretty good. It's divine.
I mean, we're doing it in place of Ravine, so...
Yeah.
Or Ravine. Maybe?
Ravine Lance. Well, you can read it then.
Cool. Spell card. Equip. Equip only to a Dragoonity monster. It gains attack equal to its level times 100. Also, it's unaffected by trap effects.
Trap effects? That's weird.
It's very specific. Any kind of trap effect. During your main phase, you can equip one Dragon-type Dragoonity tuner monster from your deck to the monster equipped with this card. You can only use the effect of Dragoonity Divine Lance once per turn. Okay, that is pretty good.
But literally, this card says special summon Phalanx from your deck once per turn. Then I guess you could summon or equip an Acklys from your deck to the one that pops your equips.
Is there a non-dragon type Dragoonity tuner monster?
I don't think so.
Like, that seems like a really weird specification.
Oh yeah, there's some dragon Dragoonities that are non-tuners, like the level 8 from the structure deck.
Is it a tuner?
No.
That's what I mean. You could just say Dragoonity tuner monster.
Oh yeah. We're gonna figure that out.
The dragon seemed unnecessary.
Dragoonity. Dragon. All dragons. But he's gonna look again.
Bloop. Yep. Specification unnecessary. It's really weird. But I mean, I guess it's fine, and if they plan on making more Dragoonity monsters that aren't dragons, which seems completely unlike the archetype, but whatever. They have room to grow with this, at least. That's what they've done. It's like, what if we want to create Dragoonity monsters that aren't dragons, but still tuners? Well, we can do it now.
Whatever. Alright card is alright. And then there's this card over here, this weird one. A wild monster appears.
It looks so cool.
It does cool thing.
Grand Soil.
This is another one of those cards where Grand Soil is like shown in it, and it's a card you definitely don't want to use with this card. It's one of those cards. Like, I mean, all the other Elemental Lords are fine with this card.
Really?
Just not Grand Soil.
Wow. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, special summon from your hand one monster with an original level of 10 or lower that cannot be normal summoned or set, ignoring its special summon condition. I don't like that.
Why?
They've done a lot of that in this pack.
Ignoring summoning conditions? Yeah.
It is unaffected by the effects of your cards, except for its own effects and this card's. Also, shuffle it into the deck during your opponent's next end phase. For the rest of this turn, you can't normal summon or set or special summon monsters, and your opponent takes no damage, so why do I care?
You summon Judgment Dragon.
I guess that's true. That is very true.
You can summon Wind 1, blow up, then Feather Duster them. You can summon the Water 1, just
well, it says for the rest of your turn.
Huh?
For the rest of your turn. So you can do any kind of special summoning you want before this, and then use this later.
Yeah. But I mean, you can't summon Grand Soil because it can't get its effect.
Well, yeah, there's no reason to.
Like, but it has him on there.
Yeah.
Why they do that?
He looks freaking awesome.
He does look awesome. But why wouldn't Pyrorex look awesome?
Oh, no. No, it's cool.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't
the Wind one?
Moonland Glacier look awesome?
Moonland Glacier might look cool.
Wouldn't Judgment Dragon look awesome?
Judgment Dragon would look freaking cool. I'm here. Summoning Judgment Dragon without using its effect, I feel like that would, not only would it be cheating, it would also be like hastening the apocalypse. It would be like, I'm here, unpredictedly. Oh, crap.
Like, look at the people. Look at him. He so awesome. Didn't expect that.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
What else? You can summon Dark Arm Dragon.
Wow.
You can summon BLS. But why?
Is there a monster that can copy the effect of a monster on your side of the field?
I'm sure.
There might not be. That might be an effect they haven't done. Because I know there's... I honestly don't know if there's a monster that can copy effects on your opponent's side of the field. No, there has to be.
Oh, Dark Panther.
Dark Panther, yeah.
So I'm looking up. But I'm going to look up...
The fusion one.
Oh, there's the fusion. But no, like sometimes you can look in the action category of cards and see cards that have similar effects. I don't even know. Dark Panther might be able to do your cards, but I'm pretty sure it's just your opponent.
I thought it was just your opponent.
Yeah, it's just your opponent.
Tactical. Soul exchange relinquished.
I'll take a moment to search for some things.
We can have the information next podcast. We can come back to it.
Maybe we will.
Yeah. Seems like this might take a while. And what was it? It's a copy effect.
What is this? Would that work? Does that actually gain the effect? Tyrant Neptune. You can tribute the monster immediately for the Tyrant Neptune.
If you're just going to tribute the monster, I mean, you might as well use, like, Phantasm or whatever. Or Chaos Phantom? Phantom of Chaos?
Run the graveyard. You can run both.
Yeah.
Tyrant Neptune is, cannot be special summoned. You can tribute summon this card by tributing one monster. But it's at level 10, so it can be 2 tributes. And then it gains the total original attack and defense of the monsters tributed for the tribute summon. And then when this card is tribute summoned, target an effect monster in your graveyard that was tributed for the tribute summon of this card, and this card gets that target's name and effect.
I guess that's something.
Maybe there's something like evil and terrifying though, or not. Can
you search this like for?
It's 0/0. You can search. It's a reptile.
Can you search any reptile with that card?
King of Feral Elves, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's something terrifying that that cannot be special summoned. Is it? What is it? A monster appears. Monster that cannot be normal summoned. I'm trying to think of something that can't be normal summoned that has some terrifying effect. Some unsummonable monster that you actually want. There was a card that a guy was telling me about, like Venom and Naga. That's the card you can summon with it. And then it's unaffected by the card, so it doesn't go back to the deck. Which is funny. Venom and Naga. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned by Rise of the Snake Deity. And cannot be special summoned by other ways except by its own effect. This card gains 500 attack for every reptile in your graveyard. Bleh. It can also be searched by King of Feral Elves. Hey, so gains 500 attack for every reptile in your graveyard. This card cannot be targeted by and is unaffected by spell and trap effects and other effect monster effects. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, banish other reptile in your graveyard, special summon this card. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, it gets a counter, right? It gets a Hyper Venom counter, and then if this card has 3 Hyper Venom counters on it, you win the duel. So if it inflicts battle damage 3 times, you win the duel. Oh, Sacred Beasts. None of them are that spectacular. Is there there's a thing that, a condition on there, like Namis, I believe it is.
Does that matter for this one?
Is that what it's called?
It says yeah, it's Nami.
Nami Yugioh. The Winged Dragon of Ra. We're gonna figure this out, man. No. Summon Cephalon. Special summon only monsters.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
Dark Sage.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's so good.
Hilarious. It comes back full circle.
I'm glad that happened. Oh, that's so good. so good. When special summoned this way. That's still good, though. Whatever. It still makes it usable.
Well, it can't be summoned that way.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a list of them?
Yeah, I have the list here. List of special summon only monsters.
Oh, well.
What does that even do? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's 2. Yeah, it's a fusion. That's right.
The creator of Light, Horakti. Can you actually just win the duel if you summon that?
What level is it?
That's level 12.
Yeah, doesn't count.
No!
Here we go. We want this.
Crab turtle.
Alright, so fusion.
DD Jet Iron.
Does that matter? No, that's just a horrible card. You want me to look at it?
I'll look it up on here and tell you.
Alright.
Keep looking.
Blue eyes. Oh, tunes. What? Really?
That's interesting.
No, they can be normal summoned, though. They just can be cannot be normal summoned or set. Can't be special summoned unless you control face-up Toon World. Must first be blah 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Can't attack the turn it's special summoned, so it doesn't matter.
It's bad but blah.
Yeah.
It's adorable blah blah but bad.
Yeah.
Crab turtle. Just kidding. Can you just summon a ritual monster? Can you?
That's a funny question. Let's find out.
The Dark Raider is pretty good.
The Dark Raider is good. I like that.
Garlandolf.
Really good. Ganondorf.
Yeah, Ganondorf.
This card can only be ritual summon with the ritual spell card, Ritual Destruction. I mean, you can't normal summon a ritual monster. When this card is ritual summon, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah.
A monster of the original level of 10 or lower that cannot be normal summoned or set, ignoring summoning conditions.
You literally can't normal summon or set a ritual monster. It's built into the mechanics of the card.
mean, that's a terrible idea because you might as well use a ritual spell,
which
is like the same as a wild monster appears.
Yeah, you don't have to lose any monsters though.
Hey,
one for one.
A ritual foregone. There we go.
Do you pay life points for this one?
Pay 1,000. Special summon a ritual monster from your hand. You cannot attack and is destroyed during the end phase. It's like the same thing.
Nah, true.
But easier.
Yeah.
Because it's search. It's not. It's just a spell. It's not even a ritual spell. Weird. Didn't know that.
So yeah, if we didn't do it before, we're not gonna do it now.
Was there any more? The Dark Raider's cool.
Dark Raider is good. I'm pretty sure Dark Necrophere might be interesting. Does it get shuffled back into the deck?
Yeah.
Oh, so then we don't.
Unless you like crash it.
If it's sent to the graveyard while it was in a monster card zone by an opponent's card, either battle or effect, you can take control of a monster. So yeah, if you crash it, you...
That was the worst rain control I've ever heard of.
Yeah, you have to summon it from your hand. It's pretty bad. Chaos Sorcerer, BLS.
Yeah. Yugioh Stone Omega.
Oh.
Fenrir. Okay, it's getting worse.
Yeah, no.
I think we've exhausted this.
Yeah, they pretty much decided that this card wasn't as good as it could be.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's good.
It is fine.
Yeah.
It's good. Cool card. Let's go to Extranet.
What is that, a Clifford disc?
Goyo Guardian.
Oh, ooh, poor Goyo.
Field spell.
It's the noise it's making as it's hitting the net, by the way.
Yeah, just that extra net. See, there's that net in front. He's like, I'm in. And then there was an extra net. If a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, the opponent of the player that conducted the special summon can apply this effect. Draw one card.
That's really cool.
That's cool. And I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah. You just have this, and you have
things.
What's the card that you draw anytime a monster is destroyed? Anytime one of yours is? Supply unit.
Oh, draw.
Just Goyo Guardian and Thousand Eyes Restrict appear in this card's artwork? Why is
He's getting obliterated.
Why is it caught in a net to begin with? What is it?
Because this is the bandless net? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. That's sad because we can use Goyo, but whatever.
Whoa. Oh, Raid Raptor Readiness. Wow. That sounds cool.
That's a really nice canyon.
It's
Beautiful, beautiful canyon.
It's ready.
Trap card this turn. Raid Raptor monsters you control can't be destroyed by battle. Who cares? If you have a Raid Raptor monster in your graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard. You take no damage this turn. Who cares?
Bad, and then bad. But the art was nice. Thank you for nice art. Blaze Accelerator, Reload. Way down.
Oh, this card. This card is really, really good.
It is very like that.
Really, really, really good.
Yeah. Continuous trap. This card's name becomes Tri-Blaze Accelerator while in the spell and trap card zones. During the player's main phase. Both of the effects are during either player's main phase. I didn't realize that at first. But during either player's main phase, send a volcanic card from your hand to the graveyard. And if you do, draw one card. And it's not an effect, or a cost to send, just like Blaze Accelerator. Nice. You can only use this effect once per turn, during either player's turn. During either player's main phase, banish this card from your graveyard to send a volcanic card from your deck to the graveyard.
Which is really good.
So I guess I'll try to explain everything that this card can be done with. Everything that you can do with it. So because of the first effect that treats it as Tri-Blaze, you can send it from the field to the graveyard to summon like Volcanic Doom, I think it is.
Probably.
I think it's the level 8 one is called Volcanic Doom.
Yeah.
Which is a terrible card. Don't run it, please. It's Doom Fire. Volcanic Doom Fire. Fire. This card cannot be... Oh, you can summon it with a wild monster appears. Can only be special summoned by sending a face-up Tri-Blaze Accelerator you control the graveyard. During your opponent's battle phase, your opponent must attack this monster with any attack resistant monsters they control. If this card destroys a monster and sends it to the graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls and inflict 500 for each monster destroyed. I mean, it's just a 3,000 beater.
Yeah.
And considering that that card's really easy to search, I guess it's something, but not really. I don't know. You can't really be punished for running that, so it's like not terrible because you can just discard it with this to draw a card.
That is true.
Then, since this card is Blaze Accelerator Reload, that means there's Blaze Accelerator in the name, and you can search it with Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
During the player's main phase, send a Volcanic card from your hand to the graveyard and draw a card. So you can send a Rocket, or the Doomfire if you're running it, but pretty much Shell to draw a card, pay 500 your next turn, draw a card, pay 500 during your opponent's turn, pay 500. You draw like cards really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can discard during your opponent's turn, Scattershot, which is, I believe, I'll read this to you. I don't know if that's, yeah. When this card is sent to the graveyard, it inflicts 500 damage to your opponent. If this card is sent to the graveyard for the effect of a Blaze Accelerated card, you can send 2 Volcanic Scattershots from your hand or deck to the graveyard and to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. That is Scattershot.
Really good.
So during your opponent's turn, you can just Regeki them.
Yeah.
A lot.
Stupid.
Oh, and then Volcanic Counter isn't bad. So it's like, if you get them down low, you can just run one and send it to the graveyard, and they can't do anything.
What does Volcanic Counter do?
When you take battle damage, while this card is in your graveyard, banish it from your graveyard. Then, if there's a fire monster other than Counter in your graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took.
Yeah.
Yep. And then also, its other effect is really good too. During either player's main phase, banish this card from your graveyard to send a Volcanic card from your deck to the graveyard. This can send Shell to search Shell, essentially. Or it can just send a Scattershot.
Or it can send Counter.
Or it can send Counter, yeah. But I mean, it's like they make a play, and you're like, that's fine. They continue the play, and you're like, hold on a moment. Chain, reload, and you send Scattershot and blow up all their monsters. Mm-hmm. Really good. Really good. And then, now that you run Scattershot, you run triple roll Firestorm guards.
Yep.
There's so much stuff that I got from Locos is running named Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore, because he went back.
Back to the east.
Back to the west. But he was like, I might run a Volcanic Recharge, which is a trap. Return up to 3 Volcanic monsters from your graveyard to your hand. It's called Volcanic Recharge, meaning you can discard it for this card to draw a card if you really felt like it.
That's true.
You can even discard Volcanic Eruption, which is not a Volcanic card. But maybe you'll run Destroyosaurus and Jurassic World and Volcanic Eruption. Ooh. I don't know. But no, Volcanics are actually slightly illegitimate. Because he got first at Locals that week. But then again, you didn't play that many great players.
This card gives the deck a lot of observance and wait time.
It's just really good. And the fact that every time a Scattershot is sent to the graveyard, it inflicts 500 to your opponent. So every time you do Scattershot, they take 15. So it always gets them down to where they're like almost dying. So as soon as you have 1,500 life points left, you lose against volcanics. Because they don't even need to destroy your monsters to do the 1,500 burn. And they're like, no. But that card's good. Really good. Another card that's really good. Soul Transition. This is just that card where I was like, they didn't need to make this. Ultra. If you control no special summoned monsters, tribute a face-up level 4 normal summon / set monster to draw 2 cards. You can activate 1 per turn, and you cast special summon monsters the turn you activate this card.
It's okay.
Okay, but then you obviously run this in that Cliff Fort deck, where they have monsters that affects when they're tributed. And then it's dumb. There was no. They don't need more Cliff Fort support. That's all this pack did. More Cliff Fort support. It's a secret rare, by the way. It's a dirty secret rare. And then I guess I don't know if I want to talk about Double Travel.
Let's not talk about it.
But the oscillation, Echo Oscillation is fun.
You can target 1 card in your pendulum zone, destroy it, then draw 1 card. You can only use this effective Echo Oscillation once per turn. It's a regular... Oh, it's a continuous trap card. Wow. That's just the card that you want, like when you're learning how to play pendulums.
It's interesting. It makes that pot card more viable again. It gets those Trump Witches out of your pendulum zone.
Yes, it does.
So you can activate Infusion Summon and then get rid of it. Get rid of that Garbo.
I feel like this card will be less and less important as pendulum monsters get more and more inclusive, because they'll just be destroying their own pendulum.
Yeah, they'll start doing it to themselves.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
But this is one of those continuous traps that does something, and it will continue to do it forever.
I mean, I'm going to run that terrible deck I was telling you about with the Trump Witch thing. What's some fusion monster you want a fusion? With Polly. That's like not that viable, but it is. I guess I'll just summon a bunch of Ruin Eyes. I don't know. That's weird, man. It's weird, man.
Wait, oh no, it's a Dark Magician monster and a dragon. It's never a Dark Magician monster and a spellcaster.
A Dark Magician and a dragon. That's like the same conditions as Ruin Eyes.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe I'll run some Dark Magician.
Hey man, it was great. Get some Harpy's Feather Duster Dark Magic attack in there. Oh, maybe some Prisma. Send Odd Eyes to the graveyard.
Maybe I'll run Dark Magician Girl. Send some of the girl. Discard the Polys.
That one is better. Yeah.
And I'll have to pay that $20.
Oh my god.
Get in
Why
on
isn't
that.
it cheaper? Why isn't Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight cheaper?
I don't know. But now we finally get to the exclusives, which we cannot see in the gallery. Those are the OCDs. They got all these cool ones.
So I was literally talking about this. I know we talked about them like last podcast where they made Crystal Beast pendulum monsters, but I was like, they need to do this for pendulum monsters. Does it do anything for them though?
I believe so.
Okay, good. That's all I want to know. Alright, so we'll go to... Oh, this is going to go to all of them. That's not what I wanted. I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this. Okay. Starting with this card that I didn't realize was just I didn't even see it in the pack until I saw it. It's a TCG exclusive called Mischief of the Gnomes.
Oh, it's so hilarious.
It looks cool. Good art. Good on you, art.
Good, I already planned for messing up, so we'll go back to this.
Yay. No, just go down. Down to the bottom. Down here. Up a little more. Libic. It's just a comment, and I still didn't get any.
Wow, the artwork.
Meh. Normal trap. This turn, reduce the levels of all monsters in each player's hand, even after they are summoned / set by 1.
I was like, instantly, this has to be one of those cards that you get to banish from the graveyard.
Yeah, well, Mischief of the Yokai.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can banish this card from your graveyard this turn, and it's not like the other one where you have to wait.
Use it, yeah.
And this turn you can banish this card from the graveyard. This turn reduce the level of all monsters in each player's hand by 1, even after a normal summon or set. That's really good. Like I was literally, because it can be done both at the same time, you can go activate, and then the graveyard banish, and then all your 6s are now 4. So you can even summon your 6s from your hand with no tribute. But what was that? Oh, I thought it was really funny for like Shadows. You just like activate, set beast. Like the draw 2, discard 1, all 5.
Oh yeah, that's.
And it's actually like good against some decks like Satellar Knights, or like Burning Abyss. They just like if they activate one of their effects in the hand, you can chain it, and it becomes level 2, and all of them in the hand become level 2, which is hilarious. And then like in decks like Light Sworns, it makes Dark Flare Dragon the lower level. Oh well, I just saw that person get staff dropped in their face. That video. But so 5s become really nice with this, but it's also got a relevant effect. And yeah.
Do we have to pause?
Maybe I will.
All right, we're going to take a short break and be right back.
Sorry about that.
Yep, we had a stupid phone call.
A stupid phone call. But the gnomes, they're back. They're mischievous. And so are we. Making those level 5 monsters level 4.
That's right. Which sounds actually really awesome.
I was like, oh gosh, I need this card.
Is this a secret rare?
This is a common.
Oh, nice. That's
I know.
A good common.
I mean, I wish it was super because it would look good as a foil.
I actually think this, other than her, the rest of this is really bad artwork. I don't like. Well, not bad. It's just really
not as appealing.
It's muted.
Yeah.
It's very like pale.
I mean, her artwork is very appealing. Very well done.
Cool. Good card.
Yeah, and I was like, oh wow, I literally didn't even know this was in the pack, and I didn't even get one. And then we got these 3 Burning Abyss. I figure we can have them all open at the same-ish time, and just go between them. I don't know. Far. Mala branch of the Burning Abyss. Whatever. We'll just go back and forth or whatever. It's got all the same old effects.
1900 defense though.
This one's like the best one.
So it's a Burning Abyss monster. If you don't control one, destroy it. You can only use one of the effects of Farfa once per turn, only once. Its first effect is if you control no spell or trap card, you can special summon this card from your hand. So that's its Burning Abyss effect. We'll now ignore everything other than its second effect, which is if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster on the field, banish it until the end phase. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If it didn't target, it'd be better, but it...
Well, but that'd be a little silly. This card is basically like way better than a Lich or a Leech in every way. A Leech is the one that negates the monster's effect until the end of the turn. And there's like no reason to not run this one instead.
Man, this is like OTK fodder.
You can literally just
for milling and having this in like any deck.
It poops on all Xyz monsters. Like it helps the mirror match. Now you can like go make Dante, just like banish their Dante and attack.
Yeah, opens up the field.
Open it. You can get rid of that there window for a turn. You know.
And the fact that it's sent to the graveyard means that you'll probably get to do this for free. And then if they have any kind of response, it might force one. For free.
Yeah.
Way cool.
Then we got that Libic making things complete. He completes the circle.
Completes the circle, so its effect is 1300 attack, 700 defense. The 13
That's
is
pretty.
whatever.
13 is nice.
It's not bad.
It's damage.
Definitely not bad. If it's sent to the graveyard, wow, you can special summon one level 3 Dark Fiend type monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. That's fine.
The fact that its effects are negated is also actually good. Because, I mean, the graveyard effect won't be negated. Duh. But now you can have it on the field while you can summon, like, Alucard.
Yeah.
Detach this special one from your hand and it stays there.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know what you're going to do with it.
I don't know either.
But you can do that. This card just lets you, when you get clogged hands with the same name, this card, I guess, fixes that problem.
It might let you triple rank 3. Like tour guide, something else, and then somehow this gets out of your hand, and you summon another. You summon another 3 from your hand.
It makes the possibility of 3 Dantes turn 1 much better. And we got Kagna. This one looks
Kondo.
cool.
This
like
one
a dog.
looks awesome.
It's got 15 too. Boom, big boy.
This and Graph doing it. Its effect is, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can send one Burning Abyss spell or trap card from your deck to the graveyard. Ooh, it's taunting, it's teasing, it wants it.
It's pretty good. And then, obviously, to go along with that, we got that spell card. Good and Evil of the Burning Abyss.
Oh, it's only a super rare.
I believe it's getting reprinted. All the cards that are getting reprinted in that like special pack are all super rares.
Special pack.
There's some like special thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'll see if they just have it right here. Nope. But a nice art. Ritual spell. You can ritual summon Malakoda, Netherlord of the Burning Abyss. And you must tribute monsters from your hand field whose total levels are 6 or more. It's always nice when they have the or more. During your main phase... Whoa, it's different on your screen than mine. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Send a Burning Abyss monster from your hand to the graveyard. Add a Burning Abyss card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Can you add Fire Lake? Because that's upsetting. You can add Fire Lake. It has Burning Abyss in the name. But I believe the purpose of this was to get another copy of the ritual spell to your hand if you needed it. And if it wasn't obvious, you use this card to ritual summon Malakoda. That's crazy looking. And is that Ghost?
It looks like a Ghost one, yeah. That's cool.
Is it Ghost? It comes in Secret and Ghost.
I want a Ghost one of this.
Ghost looks really good. A Ghost ritual monster is crazy. Yeah. This is the first Ghost ritual monster.
It might be.
I'm sure the trivia will tell.
Hold on. Unless one of the Heralds was Ghost.
Yeah, you can get Ghost Herald of Perfection.
Yeah.
Is that this was the second?
Yeah, because Herald of Perfection Ghost came out in a reprint thing and had to have...
I think the original one was Ghost.
Alright, cool.
But that one looks really good too.
It does.
And this one looks crazy just on the right here.
It looks...
It's like underwater.
It's like blue, which makes it really cool.
I believe we read him before, but we'll read him again. Level 6 Fiend Ritual, 27-22, biggest Burning Abyss monster. You can ritual summon it with good and evil. Must be ritual summon, cannot be special summoned in other ways. Sad day. Can't bring it back with Graph or Sir or whatever. Yeah, Graph. Not Graph, Sir. No, wait, Dante is one of the specials.
Dante returns to the hand,
so yeah,
Graph gets from the deck, and Sir is from the graveyard.
Yeah, Sir can't bring it back.
Yeah.
So, once per turn, during either player's turn, send a Burning Abyss monster from your hand to the graveyard to target a phase of monster your opponent controls until the end of the turn. It loses attack and defense equal to attack and defense of the Burning Abyss monster sent to the graveyard this way. So you discard a Burning Abyss, and it lowers the monster's attack by that monster's attack. But it gets the Burning Abyss monster's effect.
Yeah.
You can discard a Malakoda. 27.
Yeah, I guess.
If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target a card in the field and send it to the graveyard.
Only good effect.
What's good about this card is that when you ritual summon it, you get a bunch of effects. And it also facilitates things, and it lets you run the spell, which is good. And then, what else? Oh yeah, and it also, this deck so easily facilitates that one Djinn that's level 3. You pretty much always get to summon this using the one that doesn't allow your opponent to special summon. There's no way you didn't. So essentially this card's effect also says your opponent can't special summon monsters.
Also true.
And then you're going to tribute it with Lake, which will allow you to send an additional card on the field to the graveyard if that was necessary.
And what does Lake do?
You tribute 2 Burning Abyss monsters to target 3 cards and destroy them, and then he'll send an additional card.
Right. And then good and evil of the Burning Abyss, except the turn card send the graveyard, made from the graveyard, send one Burning Abyss monster from your hand to the graveyard, add one Burning Abyss card from your hand, or redact your hand. Yeah, that's good. The best. You can do lots of craziness. You can discard a Scarm, get another good and evil, and then during that phase get Tour Guide and go Tour Guide into Djinn and then ritual next turn. Too much power. I think it's good. Do they make a fusion?
No, there's no fusion.
So there's only the Synchro, the Xyz,
and the ritual.
Did we discuss on the podcast?
We thought this one was going to be the fusion pack.
The fusion.
So I guess that has to be next pack, right?
I don't know if they're going to make a fusion because all of these things have to be from the deck. That's what I think.
What do you mean?
Like all of the burning a bit. Well, oh no, maybe I didn't.
Do you think they'll get their own fusion spell?
Yeah, I'd have to have a
Do you think the
spell.
fusion monster will send Burning Abyss monster from the graveyard back to the deck?
That would make sense if
That'd be
it's like
terrifying.
a union of a light and a dark monster, if that's what it's supposed to be. We also did we talk about the muse, like the female that either Dante or...
Oh yeah, we talked about her. We thought she was going to be like their boss in this
Yeah.
pack, but we was wrong again.
Yeah.
It was not a fusion, and it was not the girl.
Mm.
It was the dude, and it was a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Is he riding on a dragon, or is that his tail?
I think he has two tails, maybe.
Dragon tails? Dragon tails?
I don't know. I can't tell what the heck is going on.
Okay.
Maybe it's an Ouroboros.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's biting onto its own tail. But yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Good cards. And 5 cards. Chunk.
What's up with that? Taking up all of our slots. That's what I think. Yeah, these take up all our slots. I wish they were good. That the UAs. I made an article about UAs, so if you want to read about them, you can. There's 2 monsters in a spell, like always. Playmaker is 8. Boost your attack. Blockbacker is defensive and is good. And turnover tactics is... it's a card.
Yeah, come on. So you don't want to read them?
No, I don't read those.
Oh, sad.
They're not very good. The best I can say is that because one is 8 and one is 7, you can run reasoning.
Did we talk about Explosum at all? I don't remember.
No, but now we got these OCG imports down here at the bottom.
What if I don't want to talk about like any of them?
I want to talk about at least Swordsman of Revealing Light.
Really? I expected that to be bad.
I think it's good.
Okay. So Explosum, Bakudan.
Bakudan.
What is that, bomb? Oh yeah, it makes sense. You can target one face-up... it's a Earth Beast, level 1, 100 attack, 100 defense. You can target a face-up Xyz monster your opponent controls, equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. And if a monster equipped with this card by this effect has no materials, destroy it. And when this card is equipped to a monster during each of your opponent's standby phases, detach material from the equipped monster.
Cool.
That is cool.
It's like a bomb.
It is.
But it's a possum.
Yeah.
Explosive.
Explosive.
I enjoy that it exists, but I don't know if anybody will run it.
Don probably means possum. Because I'm pretty sure Baku means like explode. Because there was like Jigen Bakudan. Or Bakudan probably means bomb.
And Don has something to do with the possum. But it looks more like... it doesn't look like a possum. It looks like a tapir.
Yeah, it does look like a tapir.
And I saw that in the Spanish name is Taper Explosion. Or Taper Explosion.
Is there any trivia for us? This monster is based on the Baku, a tapir-like creature from Japanese and Chinese myth known for eating dreams.
Oh, you remember that monster, the Pokemon?
Hypno.
No, a new one.
Oh, that ugly, weird thing with like the cloud coming out of its nose?
Yes.
Ugh.
That thing.
Its OCG name is also a pun for the Japanese word Bakudan, which means bomb in Japanese, referring to its effect of destroying the monster it's equipped to. That's cool. The monster's TCG name is a combination of explode and a possum. Despite this, it does not resemble
a possum at all.
Bam. Cool.
Bam.
And
Discarded
then
bed.
Level lifter, we will not lift out of its...
Swordsman of Revealing Light. It's an ultra rare, so it must be at least kind of good, right?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. Level 8, Warrior. 0 attack, 2400 to defense.
Super Drain.
Bah, and you can synchro for... when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, special summon this card from your hand. Then, if this card's defense is higher than the attacking monster's attack, destroy the attacking monster. So basically, it's just like a weird Sakuretsu armor for 2400 attack on lower monsters. An Xyz monster that was summoned using this card gains this effect. Each turn, the first time this card would be destroyed by battle, it is not.
Good.
This is a really good card, though. I like this card a lot.
This card is so cool. It literally appears on the on the battleground, hurling a light sword at the opponent, killing it instantly.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Upon its existence, someone dies.
America, stab you. So good.
I was thinking about writing this in like Shadol's. It's light.
It even has light, like throwing knives.
Ah. He's the swordsman of revealing light.
Or, as he's called in Japanese, swordsman of the protective seal swords.
Good point. Yeah! Woo! Oh, and then there's Doggy Diver.
We don't need to talk about... Oh, it's a rare, though. That's the only thing we need to mention about this.
I'll tell you why it's relevant. Okay, Doggy Diver is level 4 warrior, despite being a dog that's underwater. It should be a water beast.
In a diver suit.
But it is a dark warrior.
So stupid.
If your opponent controls a monster, and all face-up monsters you control are level 4, minimum 1, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Doggy Diver this turn. This card cannot be used as Xyz material except to summon a warrior. Why does this card matter? You can road it. 1. Satellar Knights. 2. Good Xyz warriors. The Satellar Knight Xyz monsters. So it turns a double rank 4 Xyz into a triple, which is what you want in that deck. And it's dark, so BLS. There you go, Doggy Diver.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the secret of eternity.
Oh, yes!
You can tell it's bad.
This card is so cool.
Apparently this card was like ridiculous in the pre-release
man.
Tournament because you start with less than 400.
This looks like a card that you chain to a copy of itself, like your opponent tries to use it, and then you use it, and then someone else uses it. Oh my gosh.
But you don't.
It's a dude with his shirt off, and he has rocket-propelled, curb-stomping dropkick boots. Oh, that's so cool.
Boots.
Yeah, there's rockets. He is going to dive kick the crap out of someone.
He's gonna kick you right in your soul.
Oh my gosh, it's so epic. If your life points if your LP is 4,000 or less, is that what? Anyways, if your life points are 4,000 or less when an attack is declared involving a monster you control and an opponent's monster, pay half of your life points, then target one face-up monster you control. It gains attack equal to the deficit between your current life points and 4,000. You can only activate one soul strike per turn.
So it can give you at least minimum 2,000?
That's really dumb. That's way more depressing.
Uber honest in pre-release duel. Because it gives your monster, like, all the attack. Like, oh no, I have 500 left. Pay 250. My monster gains 3,000. Like,
wow. That's really good. 3,750, 3,250.
Because in the pre-release, you started with 4,000 life points. So basically, this card was, like, amazing.
Just gonna... Just wanna... Dive kick! Okay, there's a game, by the way, based on dive kicking. And
all you can do is dive kick, right?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different versions of the dive kick. But it's just... that reminded me of this game, and I love this game. It's so awesome.
Well, there's a guy named Dive and a guy named Kick.
Yeah.
Good.
There's a guy named S-Kill, which is like the Capcom, I don't know, producer maybe of Street Fighter games, and like a herald of fighting game stuff. It's a cool game. It's very, very love letter to fighting games. I really like it. But anyways, that's
You've completed the pack.
Yeah.
Any final opinions on it before we get to the comments and stuff?
This seems like the kind of pack that would be worth money for a long time.
I feel like there would be stuff that's not going to be relevant now at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then cards that you're going to be like, why didn't we realize this was good later kind of cards. There's a lot of that where it's like, oh, we should have seen this coming kind of cards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like cards that seem to have no purpose at all, but they do stuff kind of things. There's a lot of that.
Mm.
And me going like,
Illusion Balloon sounds like a card that I would hate.
No.
If a monster was destroyed this turn while you controlled it, excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. Then you can special summon one Performapal monster. Also, oh yeah, we already read that. That's annoying. We're done. Okay, we're done. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we'll take a break and we'll be back with comments and questions.
Comenzo.
And we're back again.
Yes.
And we're currently looking at Pokemon due to a comment.
Yes.
Again, to find our top 6 favorite Pokemon. I guess we'll read the comment.
Yeah.
Hey guys, by Drew. He says, "Hey guys, I think you guys misunderstood my Pokemon question, or I didn't explain it well enough. I more meant what generation Pokemon is the most powerful and what would win. For example, if I took my Gen 1 team to of like, let's say Zapdos, Dragonite, Mewtwo, Articuno, Moltres, and Nidoking. There's Nidoking randomly in there. And have them know the best. I mean, it's not as good. Well, there's an Articuno in there. But it's not as good as like a Dragonite and a Zapdos. Especially in Gen 1. And they know the best moves possible up to the current moves and they have in that gen. And then you have them battle Gen 3, Gen 4, and see what's most powerful, leaving out Mega Evolutions. Is there a best generation, or to basically be what team has the best matchups? Also, pick your favorite 6 Pokemon. Mine are as follows. He says he likes. His first favorite is Scyther, then Kabutops, Nidoking, Skarmory, Seviper, and then Tyranitar. And so we were just like burrowing through Pokemon.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, that design is interesting, cool, and this one's terrible. And this generation was bad, but no, it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah. And then we decided we should just start recording.
We should.
As far as the first question.
And he says moves up to current moves, so all moves that are available for that Pokemon.
So like currently. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I would just say whatever generation had Xerneas.
Xerneas.
Which is, I believe, black and white.
Oh yeah, the fairy type.
And because that thing is a monster.
Is it?
Like it shook the. Because you said not counting Mega Evolutions. Or I would say this one because Mega Rayquaza was too good for Ubers. But then the only thing that has done close to shaking the Ubers metagame as much as that was Xerneas. And Xerneas, like they're talking about doing like complex bans on it potentially, where they're like, this item is banned, or having this move and this item is banned. Like, because it's a really good Pokemon.
Interesting. That's cool. Good for Xerneas.
Good for Xerneas. It's really strong. It is the best. It is the premier setup sweeper of Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Arceus. There's the Extreme Killer Arceus is pretty good too. Swords Dance. Normal Arceus. Arceus can be any type. But what gen is Arceus?
It can't be fairy.
Can't be. Yeah, it can.
It can?
They made a Pixie play in the
Did they?
game, I believe.
Oh yeah, I got that, I think.
Yeah.
Good for them.
But when you don't, so there's benefits to the vanilla one. Vanilla. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon. The normal type Arceus doesn't need to hold an item because it'll just be normal when it doesn't hold the plate, which is a benefit because now it can hold Life Orb, Leftovers, etc. So you give it Life Orb, and then you give it Swords Dance, and it can learn Extreme Speed. And it gets Stab, which is same type attack bonus on normal attacks, and Extreme Speed is that. So you Swords Dance and it sweeps. And then you usually give it some coverage move for ghosts, potentially, if people don't really run ghosts. There's just Giratina and Mega Gengar and Ubers. And so it's either whatever gen Arceus came from or whatever gen Xerneas came from, in my opinion, because they have the power to take out every team, all players on the team by themselves.
Arceus is
definitely not Gen 1.
Diamond and Pearl, I think.
Definitely not Gen 1, I don't think. Mewtwo's good, I guess, but people don't really run it now unless you Mega Evolve it. So people don't run normal Mewtwo. And that's the only legendary in Ubers from Gen 1.
Just regular Mewtwo?
Yeah. The legendary, that's funny. The legendaries from Gen 1 aren't even in OU, except for maybe sometimes Zapdos is used. That's the only one. Not even Mew is used sometimes, but it's not OU either. If you don't know what OU is, it's a tier in Pokemon battling called Overused. It is the highest standard tier, and there's lower tiers of Pokemon which are not as good. And then you basically battle in those tiers to keep it competitive, I suppose. knowledge drop.
Yeah.
So favorite Pokemon. 6 favorite Pokemon. That's what we were looking at. It's a tough battle.
I mean, there's so many generations of Pokemon to go through. So many generations.
That original generation, everything looks so clean and well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like there's any Pokemon that just is out of place in Gen 1.
I don't think there's any Pokemon that I inherently dislike. I guess that's probably... Actually, that's not true. I really don't like Hypno. I think it's gross.
But I see it and I'm like, it is there.
Okay
it's
with
like
it
a part
existing.
of it. It is there.
I'm okay with it existing.
I think there's Pokemon I don't like.
I like all of that. I like the Oddish, the Gloom, and the Vileplume. I like that. I like the names. I don't really like Bellsprout after Gen 2 and seeing it all the time. It just looks really weak.
It's terrible. There's Pokemon I don't like using. Like, I'm never going to use a Dugong, but I do like Dugong.
Dugong, you know.
Dugong, gong. All the Pokemon from Gen 1 are like...
They're solid.
They're so solid. Yes.
They're solid.
Like a rock.
We get Gen 2, which
This
is
is probably
also
my favorite gen in terms
solid.
of design.
I don't think I dislike anything from here. I like the babies.
I really dislike the uselessness of Unknown. It's like one of the only Pokemon that serves like almost no purpose. Other than, but I mean it does serve a purpose.
It serves a story purpose.
I know, but I hate it.
Yeah. Misdrevious is pretty cool. This invented Dark and Steel Pokemon. This generation brought some cool stuff. Has a frickin' octopus.
Yeah, that's that Pokemon that like, if you aren't well learned at Pokemon, they probably won't be able to guess which generation it's from. And there's also the hidden spirit of Gen 2, Dunsparce. Most people don't even know what that is. Gligar's just there. There's like Pokemon that are just here in Gen 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get to Gen 3. Things got weird in Gen 3. I remember when it came out, I hated like every design for Gen 3.
And I also have a hard time liking Gen 3. I think it's the most boring game in Pokemon that I played. Trying to play it again. Like, the first time through, it was okay. I really like the world design, but I don't like how the game has me go through that world. And then playing it for the first time, I don't like it because I really, really, really like Pokemon that evolve 3 times.
There's a bunch of double-stage Pokemon.
Or Pokemon that evolve twice that are either good or look cool. Like, you can evolve twice, and I can still think you look cool. Like, let's go back to the first generation. Are there any? Grimer and Muck, cool concept. Shelder and Cloyster, looks pretty freaking awesome. Rhydon and... Or, what is this called? Rhyhorn and Rhydon.
Did you know? Fun fact, the first Pokemon ever designed was Rhyhorn.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Generation 3 just, not only does it have too many, like, double evolving Pokemon.
And there's a bunch of 1-stage and 2-stage.
Yeah, because...
Or, like, no non-evolving Pokemon and Pokemon that just evolve once. A lot of that.
Yes. And because they were trying to cater to, like, the double battle mechanics, so they have a couple Pokemon that are
the
like...
pairs.
The pairs, yeah.
And I hate all of them. I like Plus and Minor just because they're cute, I guess. But I never want to use them.
I don't like them because they just have Pikachu syndrome.
They take up space.
And I don't need that.
Like, let's see, how many... There's the starters, which are obviously 3 stages. Or, I guess it's technically 2 stages. In Pokemon lingo, it's 2-stage. And then there's the... In each game, you either got the Lotad or the C-Dot, depending on which...
I would have rather had the C-Dot, because I hate... So...
Lombre's gross.
Lombre, one of the most, like, ethnically infused Pokemon I've ever seen.
My favorite part about that Pokemon, like, line is I love naming it things like Doritos and Spicy Nacho. I name them after different Doritos flavors.
Wow.
Like Cool Ranch.
Wow.
Like, they sound amazing for all of them.
That's pretty cool. Cool Ranch would be good, but Lombre just looks...
It is.
Hispanic to me.
Really, yeah.
It's and I mean, Ludicolo at least looks happy. Lombre just looks really depressed.
It's a really offensive
and he has a
Mexican
mustache,
Pokemon. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought that was his upper lip.
Maybe, I don't know. I just despise it. It just... Lotad is, like, cute, and then you have Lombre, which is just like a person with...
A really depressed Mexican with a sombrero.
And then
there's a mariachi band.
Which you can't get to unless you use a water stone.
It takes forever to get a water stone.
How am I going to know that?
And then Lombre is the doo-doo. Like, by the time you need the Ludicolo, you've had this Lombre so long it's probably in your box. That's what I did the first time I ever played the game. I was like, I can't I can't use this Lombre anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's the Seedot line, which I don't like any of them.
I'm okay with them.
Nuzleaf, immortalized forever as Nuzlocke.
Oh, nice.
He had a Nuzleaf with a face that looked like John Locke from Lost, and it died, and it gave him spiritual energy. I don't know.
That's funny.
And then we go on to all these 2 stages. But then there's the Gardevoir line.
Yeah.
Then there's
like them.
Slacking, Exploud, Aeron to Aggron. So wait, not kind of starters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's it.
7.
No. Oh yeah. Oh, these guys.
Yeah.
Invisible ones.
Oh, 8, 9.
What?
Then there's Salamence and Metagross. So there's 9 3-stage. So like if you wanted to do a team of, so not kind of starters, of 2-stage Pokemon, you have to do like almost all of them. And some of them are like, I don't even know where you get a Beldum in that game.
I don't either.
I've never gotten one in the game.
I don't know where you get a Shelgon or a Bagon.
I know where to get Bagon. It's
Really?
like there is a cave, okay, and there's a secret part of the cave.
Did you get the seal guy?
Yeah, I caught a seal. Oh, I didn't count the seal.
Yeah.
So there's an additional one.
That's surprising.
But no, there's a specific part in that cave that you can only access once you have like all the HMs.
Ugh.
And then there is one room in the cave where Bagons will appear infrequently.
That's horrible.
I know. That's terrible. I think Beldum is something similarly terrifying to find.
Probably why they're already all the way in the back of the list.
And that's why they're probably really good.
But yeah, I don't like this because some of the designs are...
Some of them look
they
really
don't
childish.
communicate what the future ones will look like.
A lot of them are based off of nature.
True.
In this game.
Very true. Specifically, Trapinch, Vibrava, Flygon.
And we looked that up. That is legitimate.
It is legitimate, but I mean, you take so much artistic license in Pokemon anyway. Just don't do that. Just make it look green, as far as
what if Trapinch was green? I bet shiny Trapinch is green.
Watch it be yellow. I hope it's green. Is it green?
We will find out right now. It'll be quick. It's green.
Blue.
Blue-greenish.
No, it's blue.
Shiny Vibrava. It's the color of Trapinch.
It's like orangish.
So they switch colors.
So that's something.
But then there's so many 2 stages.
Yeah.
I just feel like, and all of them evolve like 30. Well, the ones you get early, I guess. So it just feels like once you get to the end of the game, they're all really weak.
Yeah.
But no, I like a lot of Pokemon in this game. But for everyone I like a lot, I hate another one passionately. Right? That's what I feel like this generation was like.
Yeah.
And then I hate. There's a lot of Pokemon in this gen that like evolve, and then I don't like them anymore.
Spinda hates you.
That Pokemon literally serves no purpose.
However, I like the idea. I like that it has a ton of different spot variations.
Yeah.
Like that you can catch a Spinda, you can catch another Spinda, you can catch another one. All of them will have different spot configurations on their face. It's randomized.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about this anymore.
Well, I like Poochyena. I hate Mightyena.
I don't like Mightyena either.
It's gross, but Poochyena's adorable.
Poochyena is adorable.
How dare they do that?
Mightyena just look bad.
And then there's I like Swalot, I guess. Sharpedo is always really cool.
Yeah. Carvana looks weird. I like Sharpedo. They're both okay. They're both okay.
It was... Did you know, in this newest one, when you surf on a Sharpedo, you're actually on a Sharpedo, and it's like 3 times as fast as a normal surf.
What? That's awesome.
I was surfing, I was like, oh, you're grab! It was just like, I was like, yeah!
That's really, really cool.
It's very convenient.
Shuppet and Bennett.
I don't like them.
I don't like Bannett. I'm okay with Shuppet because it's so simple. I don't like the freaking Wish Cache and whatever.
Barboach. I hate Lunatone and Solrock.
Yep.
I like Crawdon. It's a monster.
Yeah, Crawdon is awesome.
Yeah.
It's daunting.
The legendary, I don't like any of the legendaries that gen.
The 3 rock, the
Reggies.
Reggies are an interesting concept. They're
Regirock, Regice, Registeel, and Regifizame.
They're cool. Regifizame, nice. Latios and Latios. Latios is like completely useless.
Why?
Because it's just the female version to Latios.
But okay, they both have in competitive battling. Time for some knowledge drop. You always use the blue one. I don't remember which one is which.
Latios.
That's Latios. I think it's Os.
Oh.
That is the male one.
Mm.
I believe. It
Fair
looks
enough.
more masculine, plus blue is the masculine color.
You're right.
But I don't know if in Japan that's true. But it has higher attack and special attack and lower defenses.
Mm.
And so if you're using it for attacking, you always use that one. There's pretty much no reason. The only reason you use the other one is because it can learn Healing Wish, which is it's a move where your Pokemon kills itself and then it will switch to another Pokemon, and that Pokemon will regain all of its health and be cured of any status.
That's cool.
And it has higher defense and lower attack.
So you can essentially self-destruct it?
Yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon that... There's not actually a lot of Pokemon. There's a lot of interesting Pokemon that learn Healing Wish.
Mm.
I believe like Jirachi can get it. I could be wrong.
I feel like that would be one of Jirachi's things.
I'm pretty sure Gardevoir
And it
gets
does
it.
Wish, at least.
Yeah, he does get Wish. Okay, so what sixth favorite Pokemon?
Mine... I kind of did it by generation because it's really hard for me to pick 6.
Did you just do one from each gen?
I did one from each gen. I feel like that is encompassing enough. My first gen one is Mewtwo because it had a frickin' movie based on it and it can talk. And it's a really awesome, powerful psychic Pokemon. And it was in Smash Bros, which is awesome.
And it almost is again.
Yeah, it's very soon, like 2 months.
I don't remember when.
Spring.
Gen 2.
Gen 2, my favorite from Gen 2 is probably gonna be Lantern, maybe.
Oh,
I think.
Lantern. Lantern's cool.
Where did it go? There it is. I like Lantern because I don't think they had any combo Pokemon in the first game as contradicting as Electric
It's such
and
an
Water.
interesting type.
Electric and Water was just really, really cool to me.
But then it like makes sense, and you're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It was just, I just really liked it. I like the way it looks. It looks all like cute and happy.
Oh, there's so many Pokemon competing for my favorite.
However, if, like, I know, something bat? What's this card? Crobat. Crobat I started liking in X and Y, or no, Diamond and Pearl, because...
Do you use one?
Because I actually used one in that gen.
I love the devastating 3D one from Pokemon Battle Revolution.
It's huge, isn't it?
It's disgusting.
There are certain Pokemon, like, you don't realize how big they actually are.
It is huge. If you even, like... Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so
It only has bottom teeth.
Wow. That's disappointing. It looks so much uglier.
I love it.
I'd love it anyway, because it was awesome.
Like, it's, like, bigger than, like, a Machamp. It's so big.
It is huge.
Like, it's like you think, well, maybe they just did that. But if you, like, actually look at its stuff in the Pokedex, it's huge. It's a huge bat. It's a huge bat.
So that's Gen 2, Lantern. Gen 3 is Vibrava, because I imagine its wings being made out of, like, green crystal and, like, glass, and it makes me happy. It's really, really cool looking Pokemon. And it makes me even more upset that I would have caught a Trapinch if I knew it evolved into that.
I did.
But there was no way for me to know that, just based solely on looking at the Pokemon from this game.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of that.
There was no information about what it's going to look like in the future.
Gen 4.
Gen,
Gen
4, which is Diamond and Pearl. I like almost everything, if not everything, in this game. Frickin' Honchkrow.
I can tell you what's my least favorite Pokemon. It's definitely Kricketune.
Kricketune looks like the things from...
Looks like it's going to fall apart.
Hold on. Yes, it does.
Oh.
Dead Space. It looks like the Necromorphs from Dead Space. That's why I'm okay with it, because it looks horrifying.
I either hate it or I hate Carnivine. Carnivine!
Carnivine looks... Where did it?
Right there.
This thing? Yeah, I don't like that a lot. Like, a lot. I also really don't like Wormadam a lot.
You don't give one about Wormadam. But I like that it randomly evolves into Mothim sometimes.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't know that.
I think it's the male ones turn into Mothim.
That gives Burmy a use.
But Mothim's bad.
It looks cool, though.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I remember those good old times with Luxray. Oh.
Maybe Carnivine. Luxray, boom. Give me a Timid Shinx.
Yeah, Timid Shinx, yes. So favorite from this gen was what?
Favorite is... What did I write down? Possibly Torterra.
Torterra.
I like the idea of this spiked turtle with a tree on it. It's very zen-y. It's very cool.
Oh yeah, give me that Probopass. I love Probopass.
The nose.
The nose. The nose plays, yes. And Gen 5, this is a good Gen 2.
Gen 5 is hard for me because I never played it, which is super weird.
Gen 5 was interesting because we became more knowledgeable of Pokemon. People did. And then there was 4 artists, I think, for this one that were different. Because usually it's the same guy, right? Mm-hmm. But they had 4 people. And you could tell some people, there was everybody was the one American guy on the team made the ice cream Pokemon. One of those Pokemon that should never exist, and we'll just continue to forget about it. The ice cream Pokemon.
There's a lot of stuff that looks cool in it, because I had to go based solely on things that I like, which makes it even harder. Like
this is just pure visual.
Look purely visual. It might be a Pokemon called Golurk, which is like a giant, nicely blue-colored statue with yellow lightning highlights or whatever. That looked really cool. There's also, what was it?
Cobalion.
Cobalion.
Like Excelgor.
Cool name, and similarly blue-colored and yellow-colored. Just a good color combo. Excelgor is like an insect.
Yeah, it's just a bug.
It's cool looking. It just looks cool. The other thing that I noticed while looking through all of these Pokemon and trying to decide was that this generation was a lot about attitude. Like, things have either faces or postures or something that kind of
express.
It's very expressive, yeah.
And then is there one more? There's one more gen.
One more gen, which is not on here, but it's X and Y. I don't even know if I have a favorite for X and Y.
But that's X and Y, wasn't it? Oh, that was black and white.
This is black and white.
Yeah, X and Y.
Let me see if I can pull up an X and Y gallery. Okay, then. Is it gonna be a thing? Gonna happen? Nope.
How dare it?
Yeah. Let's go back to images.
Oh, this gen. Mega Gengar looks cool. New Pokedex.
Hold on.
Type in Pokedex gallery.
Will do. Pokedex. Oh yeah, this. I like the Greninja because it's a cool concept. I like the Mega Pokemon, but I don't care enough. And I don't even know. Maybe it was a turtle. Is there a turtle in this? I seem to enjoy turtles.
Ovalug. Potato.
What is that? Mega Gardevoir with that big dress? That dress, though. There's a Mega Gyarados?
Yeah, Mega Gyarados is really good.
Are any of the Mega Pokemon bad? That's my question.
There are some baddies. But some that people just don't use. People don't use Mega. Oh, they're used in lower tiers. How about that? Like, Mega Ampharos isn't good enough to be OU. What? I'll name all of them that are not OU. Mega Blastoise, Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Absol, Mega Ampharos, Mega Abomasnow. I mean, Mega Garchomp technically is because you can't use Garchomp in low tiers because Garchomp's good enough, but nobody uses Mega Garchomp. And, yeah, those ones aren't. And some of them are above OU. Like Mega Mawile, Mega Blaziken, Mega Lucario, Mega Gengar, and the Mega Mewtwo's obviously are all Uber.
I don't know if I have a favorite from this generation because they're all kind of blah.
Greninja.
I don't like Greninja that much. I mean, maybe it's either Greninja or Chestnut. It might be Chestnut because I used it the most. It's what I started with, and it's kind of cool. It was my starter. It might be the freaking giant panda thing.
But Diggersby, though?
Diggersby, though. Or it might be Goodra, because the concept of a gooey dragon is really cool. Or it might be... No, it's not Zygarde. I like the coloring. So maybe Goodra or Chestnut. That might be it.
And now we know.
Yeah.
I'll go through mine so quick, you won't even believe it. First favorite, Magneton. Second favorite, Vaporeon. Third favorite, Gliscor. Fourth favorite, Toxicroak. Fifth favorite, Jumpluff. Jumpluff is my favorite from that gen. That's what I was like, yeah, definitely. And then sixth favorite, Weezing. Because he's been there for me.
Weezing.
Continuing with comments. I read that first one, so you can read the second one.
This is from Dingo. Hey guys, I always listen to the podcast on my way to and from work. Come up with a bunch of stuff to comment by the time I get to the site. To leave one, I've forgotten it all. This time is no different. As always, I turned off ad block and clicked your site ads a few times. Please spend the 5 cents wisely. Thank you very much. It doesn't seem like you guys like Klee or Nekros too much. Klee, even with the new support, is understandable seeing as how it's so linear, but Nekros is so much fun. I know the thought of Trish running around again is eye-roll worthy, but putting that aside, there's a lot of options with the deck and it requires a bit of thought to get the most rewarding plays. It'll definitely be interesting to see how Burning Abyss and Nekros interact, given that Burning Abyss can beat Klee, Klee can beat Nekros, while Nekros beats Burning Abyss. Sorry, Shadows, but until your water fusion hits and it's remotely decent, you can wait by the rug. Nekros also has the potential to be hybrid with Burning Abyss once their ritual hits.
Oh yeah, that'll be scary.
I expect to see a lot of Djinns and Djinn outs going around in the coming format. Your thoughts? So we'll answer that first, and then we'll go on to the second part.
I do not agree. Shadows will still be played.
I don't know when it got off that we don't like Nekros.
I don't like Nekros.
You cannot like Nekros. I remember talking about the only thing that I said negative against them, which I feel like I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Is the fact that they're rituals, so of course they're going to be randomly overpowered. Because when,
well, I mean, I suppose, yeah, I'll agree. I like the art in ritual monsters, but I don't like the precedence of just making broken archetypes super broken like that.
They're
just gonna drop a broken archetype on us.
I mean, I don't like that when they do it at all.
Yeah.
So it's not anything inherent in Nekros. I like you said, the artwork is really cool. I like rituals and the concept of moving cards, like with Burning Abyss and Ritual Monsters. I mean, I did that when I tested Burning Abyss. I made
Gishki rituals. Gishki Abyss.
And Gishki's had a bunch of broken, stupid, like infinite combos and locks and all this other random stuff and hand discarding stuff. That's fine. It's just the way that they move it. But Klee is more annoying because it's like not really broken, it's just like good.
I think it's broken.
You think it's broken? How come?
Because it's just, it uses a bunch of functions that don't work with the game of Yu-Gi-Oh very well.
Well, I don't think that's broken. I think that's Konami forcing it to take advantage of areas where Yu-Gi-Oh is inherently weak.
I guess. I mean, they essentially introduce a completely new mechanic for only them to use.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't think is... It's unfair.
They're unhealthy, that's what I'll say. How about that? Not broken, they're unhealthy.
The way to fix the game is to bring the game up to that location, though, which I don't think is necessarily bad either.
But it's already so fast.
Like, you gave Cliff Orts a ray gun, and we're all using, like, regular
Knives.
pistols.
Oh.
I will accept muskets, and then it's just like, we have to wait to get ray guns, and while they have ray guns, it's unfair because they didn't give us everything else at once. They kind of are letting those guys have the playground all to themselves before they include us. But I don't think, like, in the future, if we get more pendulum decks or whatever, that they will be inherently unfair.
I don't know. I just think the pendulum mechanic isn't functional. Just the way that it essentially makes the game snowball in like 2 turns.
Yeah, I feel like newer players playing against a deck that properly pendulum summons just seems really unfair.
It's just
That
dumb.
seems unfair. It's like you do all of this work, but you know all the pendulum.
You literally are doing
deck is just not
nothing
cool.
but making it so when if they do come back, it'll come back harder. Every time you bring them down, it allows them to come back even harder every time.
And it's a comeback mechanic. That's what Konami
But it's
wants.
like the most ridiculous comeback mechanic. It's super... Like, I mean, there's already, like, comebacks possible. They're, like, already giving us all these broken spells that we have.
Spells
you
and
top deck and
traps
you
and
win.
stuff.
Those
Yeah.
already exist. So we don't need that in addition.
Yeah. But Nekros, I will probably be... I'm okay with them now, and I know that they are rituals, so they're just going to have things limited to 1 or banned, and that's just the format that rituals go through, and I'm okay with that. But Klee, I like less just because of the advantages they have being pendulum-based archetype and being able to super search, and that's just... It's not cool, because there's nothing I can really do about that.
Yeah.
There's
And
no
also
way to
not-
properly fight that right
It's
now.
also not interesting at all.
Yeah. They are linear.
Pictures aren't interesting either. There's nothing about them that's interesting to me.
What's interesting to me is how there's just been this with them. There's just been this story that's been happening in the packs.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But I mean, where do we even find out that information?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
So that's our opinion. And then Djinns, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
I've always thought that the one that prevents special summoning is a little out of hand.
Yeah.
Because there's just nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm. You just have to get rid of the monster, which you get rid of the monsters now by special summoning, which you now can't do, which means you have to run traps or spells, which
you can't run.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, which protection stuff. So, second part, have you guys seen the new Dragon Ruler decks that have been using the new Galaxy Eyes Xyz's?
Yeah.
We talked about those in our last podcast.
And this one.
And this one, true. Overlay for number 62 and 101, and overlay for Galaxy Eyes, Full Armor Photon Dragon, attach your rank 8 to destroy, then overlay the Dark Matter Dragon.
Dark Matter.
And then you get 4,000 beat stick that can attack twice. That's, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I hope we never get it. Or I hope it comes to us when something weird is banned before that prevents all that.
Yeah.
Moving on. To Jonah, Kobe, Manny. That's an I, right? Yeah. I don't know. Hey guys, I've been playing the game for quite a while now, and it took me 3 years to acquire every card necessary to build my favorite deck ever.
Yeah,
Maybe
congrats.
Canadian favorite with an O. You. But who knows? Junk Doppel. Although, now, after playing the deck for a long time, I feel as though Synchro decks are just not viable anymore, especially mine, because the win condition is Quasar, and there's so many ways around it. Honest, etc. Although with Rhoda,
I said things with H.
Yeah, etc. Although with Rhoda now at 3, the deck is extremely consistent, but the deck is destroyed by decks such as Joel's, who have Window, which completely shuts down my deck. Just wondering your opinion about the deck. Is it still viable? If not, are there synchro variants of decks that would be viable in the current meta? If you'd like, I can send you my deck list to check it out. Until then, take care and keep up the great work.
I feel like if your deck is a one-line combo deck, it's not going to work as it would if it was in the Synchro era. And I got by one-line combo deck, I mean your goal is to summon Quasar, and you can summon other things along the way if you decide not to summon Quasar.
Yeah. I think it would be better to build it to not just summon Quasar. I mean, Quasar is good. But I feel like there's always potential for other things. Like, that's always what I would tell Seth when he's running Lavos. I was like, I know you can summon Quasar, but there's so much potential for making, like, unbreakable fields that are different. And makes your deck more versatile that I would prefer. Like, I would never make a Quasar deck, because I can't play that style. I would just try to get like Stardust plus like rank 8 or something good. Like that's what I'd want to summon.
The other thing is that Quasar was unstoppable back then, and you're right, it's not unstoppable now. And I mean, definitely relatively unstoppable.
No, it's just a really good card.
Yeah.
Like now you can bait it with just about anything, and then follow it up with something that can get rid of it. And then, like, if they they bait it and then they summon Castel, you're just like, why?
Yeah, things that you can do now, you can do without losing advantage to get rid of a Quasar, when before it might have been harder.
Well, yeah, and then just about anything that will get rid of it is worth doing. So,
so is it just not as viable anymore? No. The amount of things that people can do to respond to it has just increased.
Yes. I mean, the deck isn't bad. It's certainly not a good meta call. That's just with every meta. You don't really want to take a deck that has a bad matchup against a common deck. I mean, that's just always true. Even if a deck is inherently a good deck, like I wouldn't want to take a deck that loses to Shadows. But then that's the problem with this meta is there's no deck that is not a meta deck that you can take to a tournament and not have a really bad matchup.
I guess my suggestion for you is determine what you mean by not viable. Like, what do you want to be good against?
Well, you can go to locals and win with the Junk Double deck. I know that for certain.
Yeah.
But I don't know, other Synchro decks. I know Yang Zing is a good deck.
They're like an updated Synchro deck.
It's very different though. Yeah. Nothing like Junk Double.
They don't lose card advantage by having things sit on the field when they're not synchroing.
Yeah.
they don't lose speed, I
What
guess.
else? And there's also going to be more Synchron cards in a Synchron structure deck.
Some of them look really good.
They are very good. So there is a blossoming of hope, an alternate boss monster to be summoned, which I'll find that guy. I think it's Stardust Warrior. If you wanted to try and summon this instead. It's a level 10 Synchro that requires a Synchro monster and a Synchro tuner monster. So it's kind of like Quasar. It's 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. During either player's turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster, you contribute this card, negate the special summon, and if you do, destroy the monster. And during the end phase, if you activate this effect, you can special summon this card, like Stardust Dragon, kind of. And then, if this card is destroyed by battle, or this face-up card you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect and is still in your possession. Oh, there. It's up there now. Oh, it's all sparkly. Still in your possession, you can special summon a level 8 or lower Warrior Synchro from your extra deck. And it's treated as a Synchro.
Yeah, that's so good.
So, like, it's a floater, it's a negator, and it also comes in tandem with, like, 2 Synchro monsters, I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, there's Excel Synchron, which is the level 5 Synchro tuner. And it's level 5 tuner Synchro. So you can be summoned with any tuner, any non-tuner. 500 attack, 2,100 defense. Once per turn, you can send a Synchron monster from your deck to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Increase this card's level by the monster sent, or reduce this card's level by the level of the monster sent. So that's interesting. And then I don't remember what the other one is. The other one is actually like super good. I don't think I'm going to figure out. Maybe it's Jet Warrior.
Jet Synchron?
It is Jet Warrior.
Oh.
Because there's Jet Synchron. That's just a monster. So I was like, it's probably Jet Warrior if there's a Jet Synchron. Jet Warrior is level 5 Synchro that can only be summoned with Jet Synchron and any number of non-tuners. 2,100 attack, level 5 fire. Jet Synchron's really good. But if this card is Synchro summoned, target a card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Good. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute a level 2 or lower monster. Special summon this card from your graveyard in defense, but banish it when it leaves the field. So pretty good. And then there's that Jet Synchron. The Jet Synchron is the money right there, man. Level 1 tuner machine, 500 attack, 0 defense, fire. If this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, add a junk monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. And then you can only activate one of its effects once per turn.
So good.
That's really good.
So good.
This is like literally, you remember KMP? Like, you just need to take out the plants because you got this. And it's a machine. It's really good. And there's lots of other really random cards in that structure deck whenever we get it.
Like the Jet Warrior you can summon with Quick Draw Synchron and Level Eater.
Yeah. And then you can level eat it, I guess.
Old school.
It's all that stuff. It brings a lot of interesting synergy to the old stuff, but also gives you these new ulterior motives of awesomeness.
That's the truth.
And that's how I'll comment to that. I believe we got some other ones somewhere else. Yeah.
On the YouTubes.
The YouTubes.
So, something that Play with Tay63 said on our YouTube channel is, I'm sure you guys covered this, but I've just got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! After a long time, and due to the first turn draw update, I have no idea whether to go first or not anymore. Is there a general rule of thumb to go first or second, or does it completely depend on the matchup? If you have a podcast discussing this, I'd love to listen to it. Well, we don't have a podcast. We don't have a podcast.
And moving on. Just kidding.
So I've been doing a survey. I've had a survey up over the past, like, 2 or 3 months or whatever, asking people to take it. 2 questions. First question is, when you have the option to choose to go first or second, what do you choose? And the second one is, do you believe going first or second is more advantageous? So I got 49 responses, so if you responded to the survey, thank you. I appreciate it. I will discuss now what we have as far as the spread. So those that choose to go first primarily, out of the 49, there were 15 people that choose to go first primarily. That's 31%, so almost a third. Those that choose to go second primarily, 11 out of the 49, so that's about 20%. And then those that sometimes choose to go second, so those that feel either the matchup, I guess the matchup is more important, or maybe the deck that they're running is more important.
Yeah, sometimes they go first, sometimes they go second.
Sometimes they go second. They think about the importance of the situation. And that is...
Or maybe they just run different decks and different decks there.
No, that's true. That's true, too. There's a number of reasons. A number of reasons. And 23 out of the 49, so about 50%, depending on what is going on, could choose to go second or could choose to go first. So from the person going seconds, from the second player's perspective, those that believe choosing to go second is more advantageous, 3 people, only 3 people, so that's 6% of all the people who responded think that going second is more advantageous.
And also choose to go second.
Also choose to go second.
So that's not that many.
So there's also choosing second, but believe that there's no real advantage in going second. There is 16% of what the heck? So 8 people choose to go second, still believing it's not as advantageous for whatever reason. That's 16% of the people who responded. And then from the first player's perspective, choosing first and believing that it is more advantageous, 13 people, which is 27% of the people who responded. And then choosing to go first without thinking that it's more advantageous. So going second is more advantageous, but you still choose to go first, 8 people, which is 16%. Or no. Excuse me. 2 people. 2 people think going first, choose to go first without it being more advantageous. Only 2 people, 4%. And then there's the contextual player's perspective.
Oh.
The people who believe first is just more advantageous just in general. 16 people. 33%. Which is 33%. So that's a third, which is about the same as the people who just choose to go first in general. And then the people who think second is more advantageous, but are contextual players, so they might decide depending on what's going on. Only 7 people. 7 people think going second is more advantageous, who are a little bit more open to the decision, and that's about 14% of people. So that's what I got. I think there's probably more combinations of things that I didn't have time to organize for this podcast, and I could have made like charts and stuff, but...
What's your perspective, Matt? What do you think?
What I chose was that I think going first is more advantageous, and that's what I choose to do primarily. So I choose to go first, and I think first is more advantageous. I definitely think that I do change to going second sometimes, depending on like what deck I'm running or how long that I've played it. So there are some decks that I like build really, really quickly, and I'm just going to decide to go first because that's what I think. But after I play with it longer, I might choose to go second depending on how it runs and where I think my advantage is. So I definitely think that sometimes is a good perspective to have, but I think that for me, if I don't know how a deck works, I'm going to choose to go first.
No. I don't know. Now that when I took the survey, I just said I go first, and going first is better.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I run Shadows, I always choose second.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I've become more contextual. Because there's certain decks there's just like no reason to go first. Like decks that are completely responsive, like Shadows, like there is not a play you make when you're going first with that deck. Unless you're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's not true. There's plays that you can make going first. But I mean, I just feel like there's no, like, what am I doing this play for?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to make plays to respond to your plays, not because I have a play that's like unbreakable.
Mm.
There's no setup that is necessary that you're trying to get to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is like, I might as well take the other cards and then see what you, because like, I feel like if I go first, I'm probably just going to like set some cards and then end my turn. I'm not going to summon any monsters.
Yeah, you might not do anything with monsters.
Because it's just not beneficial to me when I'm running that deck, or a deck with a similar strategy. And then I do choose to go. There is a situation where I do choose to go first, and that's when I've sided in against Burning Abyss, because I sided in a bunch of traps and I just wanted to set them. And I know that deck doesn't like going second.
Burning Abyss?
Yeah, you don't really like going second into traps. It's not that great. Because either like summon Tour Guide, break the skill, and they're like, oh, well, that was upsetting. And then their turn is over. And now you're essentially going first again. Except they have one less Tour Guide.
So I guess there's a reason now to pay a lot more attention to whether or not you should go first, based on the deck that you have and maybe even the meta game that surrounds you and like how experienced you are with the deck. People seem to think going first is probably more advantageous than going second, but that can be changed depending on what you're using. So maybe if you haven't played for a while, go first a bunch. And if you find that for some reason that's not cool, then try going second. But like back in the day when everybody like set traps and stuff and you had a much slower game and a lot less, because now, I mean, we have decks that do like everything, whenever they want, pretty much. And it's probably more useful to go second in that case, when you have a really good, like you said, responsive deck.
There's some decks that like Cliff Forts where it like literally just doesn't matter. You always choose to go first, but when you go second, it doesn't matter. Like it just doesn't matter, because at that point, like the best, you can't try to be like preventative against that deck and be like, I'm going to set a bunch of MSTs and like mistake stuff. But like, see, now they get more cards than you to start off with. So now the chances of you having a card to respond to all their things that you need to stop is like nothing, because now they have more cards. And then now with more cards, they're more likely to open with their like normal setup, which isn't really like it's stoppable. But like the idea of it being, I never try to stop it, because it's like impossible for your deck to have enough ways to stop a deck that's trying to do this thing. Like, why would your deck have an equal amount of answers to a deck that's entire purpose is this thing? Like, you're not going to have an equal number of defensive options for a deck that its only purpose is to play these pendulum monsters. So it's just I mean, Shadolski can destroy a lot of spells and traps if they want, but you don't have enough spell and trap destruction to deal with the amount of spells and traps they're going to play.
On top of having their monsters come back.
Yeah, if you let them do that while you're destroying spells and traps, I guess. But it's just like, so then the going second would just become like irrelevant at that point. Now they just have more cards than you, especially if you're running Shadows. Now you have one less card, and you couldn't make plays because you're going first. Now they're going second with more cards, and now it's just like it's way worse than going second. Specifically, that matchup is like way worse to go first in. Yugioh!
So for all you guys who did not take the survey, if you have any opinions on how you decide to go first or second, or whether you feel one is more advantageous to choose than the other, definitely leave a comment on our YouTube or on our website under this episode. Holy Lord! 3 hours. No, I knew it was getting long.
Let's get out of here and eat some food.
Yes. And Top Notch Video, love the podcast. If you don't mind discussing any things in a future podcast and tell if they're still viable or not, don't brush over them.
So we're not going to brush over them. I mean, I've already brought them up a couple times this podcast saying that they're like legitimate. So I feel they deserve some something.
I mean, what are they like?
What are they like? They're like nothing. They don't play like a deck. They're so weird. They're very unique, I guess.
They will destroy inexperienced players.
Oh yeah, you get punished for not. It's a deck. It's kind of like I'll say it's akin to Noble Knights in this respect. That if you don't know how to play against the deck and you play wrong, they will take advantage of you playing wrong.
I mean, you basically can't attack without knowing what you're doing. You have to like know where they're going at all times.
Yeah, you don't like my rule 1 of Yang Zing is never attack unless you have a plan.
Oh yeah.
But essentially never attack.
Because bad things happen.
There's no reason to attack their monsters, because at that point they now have the control of what's happening when you're attacking. And they have all these things that can technically activate in that like scenario. So it's like, So, and then if you don't attack, they can't do that much.
Very true. They're stopped. Literally, they're not going anywhere.
And, I mean, they can still do a lot. But they're not as, I guess, consistent when you're not attacking. When you're attacking, the deck is, like, so consistent it's, like, unreasonable. You're, like, giving them everything they want. They can get it whenever they want. You're literally doing nothing when you're attacking half the time, other than facilitating their entire deck in the maximum amount.
Yeah, basically.
But what deck is it like? It's not like a whole lot of decks. It kind of presents as it's like a lockdown deck when it's in ideal scenarios, but it kind of plays differently against everybody. Very matchup based.
Yeah.
Oh well. And I'm sure we might do a podcast about it.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't. We probably should. I mean, it's an archetype in a new type.
Worm. I hate when people call it worms.
Worms. Yeah.
Well, it's not worms. And I know you're trying to say it like it's not WRM, but you sound like it every time. That's what I think in my head.
Worms.
Worms.
Cool. All right.
Okay. Check us out at ycgpodcast.com or our YouTube, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game Podcast, where this will be posted in video format.
That's right.
That's right. And then you also check us out at our Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus.
At YCG Podcast. That's what that is.
Email us at email@ycgpodcast.com, and we'll be back next week.
That's right.
And I'm Kyle Oliver.
And I'm Matt Carter, and we'll be back next time with either Synchrons or Wyrms, probably Wyrms.
Yang Zing Wyrms.
Yang Zing.
We can't do Synchrons because that's like never coming out.
What are you talking about?
We want to talk about that?
No,
even though we're never
fine.
getting it?
Yeah, fine.
If we're going to talk about something like that, we're going to do Masked Heroes.
Oh, Masked Heroes. The freaking new
structure deck.
No, they're
Dark Law.
I can't remember their name. Infestation, Pandemic,
Infernoid.
No.
Evil Swarm.
Evil Swarms. Yes, the new Gatekeeper. Dark Law.
Dark Law. Yeah, he is the new Gatekeeper.
So good. All right. So thanks, guys. We'll be back next time with stuff.
Later.